Yes.
That's pretty good. Like, if I wasn't me, I would believe you.
Yes. I'm totally Yllaxis right now. Absolutely. There could be no other.
We said it's a mix between Maggie and Yllaxis. It's
Usually when I do
Meglaxis.
impressions-
It's Meglaxis.
Megalaxis.
Usually when I do impressions of people, Rob, I'll turn on my camera for a hot sec just to explain, or hopefully this works. But basically what you should do is you just say, I'm so-and-so, in a very stupid voice, and flail your hands around like this.
Right.
Like, I'm Maggie. Ooh.
Perfect.
And that's
Perfect.
how you do it.
Just so you know, Unicorn, we are playing on Tabletop Simulator. Right now our table's rather bare. Oh, maybe I should turn down our music because it's loud. We have been playing on Tabletop Sim for a long time, but long story short, our GM is on a vacation from work, but not from fun game stuff. So he's on his laptop, didn't have his regular save, but we're still here playing some games. This is Tabletop Sim now. Very good tabletop.
Yeah, I'll
simulation
cover it with
tool.
all kinds of crap in a few minutes.
Right, yeah, it will be covered in things at the end of tonight. I am
What's
sure.
happening? What's gonna be? Oh, the map.
So,
will
the
be
map.
covered in- Yeah.
I love you're like, wait, what? What is what things are being covered where now?
I hope all your
Listening.
viewers on Twitch like bespoke artisanal hand-picked frames.
I don't think they
Yes.
need bespoke artisanal handpicked frames. I am running with a nice GPU and CPU speed. Everything's looking good because it's a very bare table.
That's true. Until the particle effects come out.
Right, yeah. Until 80,000 particle effects, but that'll be at the fight.
Oh,
so
don't worry. We can always just grab the 3070 tie. Wait.
it'll be great.
That reminds me
Yeah.
of a buttload of objects I need to spawn.
Oh, good. I'm glad that reminded you.
I can't tell if that was like.
I'm pretty sure that's only semi-joking.
I like the columns a lot. I think columns add a lot.
Columns, I feel like columns add a lot. I mean, like, here's the thing. As much as they do bog down sometimes, the particle effects look amazing in this game. And they definitely add something to, like, fights, for sure.
It's fun to have like a clown rainbow vomit splat.
Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
The one,
Thank you for the
the
follow.
one nice thing is if Tabletop had some kind of auto downsampling that it could do on the particle effects and the
That would be nice.
Yeah,
polygons
that would be
on,
very
on
nice.
models.
That would be nice.
Yeah, that would be
Like if
super
it had,
nice.
if they had whatever the reverse of a subdivision modifier would be.
Yeah, that would be quite nice, but Tabletop Sim is, as much as I love it, it's not that creative.
Yeah. It's a dog. It does what it needs to do
Yes.
perfectly, but efficiency is not the main goal.
Yes, that. It's,
It does a lot of different things.
I don't know what you're
It
talking
does.
about.
It
My
does do a
owl
lot of
is
stuff.
perfect. My owl is perfect. It's less than 100 tries.
Also,
Oh yeah, it's like a spheroid.
Oh, your owl? Yeah.
Yes.
I love your owl. I have it saved. I didn't get to
It-
save the colored ones, but I will be doing.
Oh.
Don't worry. When we get back to the other one,
I'm
they're not
gonna have to
deleted.
go look at the video because I don't remember what the hell I named them all.
Well,
I
good
mean,
thing
it's
you
not that
can
hard to
look at the
tell.
video because we have all of our videos out. If you have no idea what's happening, I have all my videos on YouTube and they're all numbered. Yes. Exciting.
They're all-
Just like our days are.
Oh no. Oh no, that's terrible.
Okay, I'm ready to begin. I got 2 columns, a desk, and some stairs.
That'll make it work. Where do you want us?
In terms of your figures, you can just put them everywhere. I think the last thing we did was we went back for a second visit to Saphira's Mage Guild.
Oh,
Right.
Poyo works.
Uh,
Poyo works.
Oh, Poyo works?
Yes. Sorry.
Oh, I did
For
not know
the
Poyo
record,
worked.
does anybody know where our figures are?
You need to
Pass
load
to
one.
the astral plane.
Yes, that is the problem for today. You get to choose your own miniature again.
It can be like summer dress. Think of it that way.
Yes.
I don't have to choose anything. I
This thing
got
is
my
like
Kiff.
ankle.
Right. Yeah. If you saved it, you're good.
Yeah, well, speaking of which-
So, haha, fun story.
Oh no.
I did not save the broom, nor did I save the Fontiev figure.
Well,
That's okay. Just put in, whatever, and then we'll go from there.
yeah, we'll figure it out.
Remember, a lot of people don't even play this game with any sort of visual reference at all.
Hey, but
Yeah.
we're
That's true.
better. We put effort.
Wow.
We
Don't worry
put
about it.
E-Fort.
You'll figure it out. Find a
We
find
put
a
E-Fort.
find
Pew
a
pew.
find a
Shots
boy.
fired. Jesus.
Yeah, you'll be
I
able
got.
to. I'll see if I can do some looking too while we're talking.
I mean, if Charles is able to just grab the images that I used last time, it should be fine. I just gotta
doesn't-
find them.
He doesn't have them.
Yep.
No,
I
I mean, I'm going to find them.
No, those
Oh.
are actually in my Dropbox. Like I have a
Oh.
Dropbox, and
Yeah, because like literally they were just Fontiev's head was a token, and then the broom was literally just a token that could be loaded in as an image texture. Like they were literally that simple.
so all right, I'll work on that.
And I will remember to save them this time, and try not to link Fontiev to the table permanently.
What was your question, Elena?
I was just gonna say, while you're looking for figures and such, should we bring Sean up to speed on what happened last time, or did that already happen while I was?
That did not
That sounds
happen.
like a great idea.
All right.
Okay.
Do you want to take the lead on that?
What happened last time on Dragon Ball Z?
Last time on Dragon
Hey,
Ball
Charles,
Z.
I found
a,
It's
uh,
on fire!
I found a replacement Fontiev for you. It's by the rest of us.
So we went to the
Funny,
minor.
funny guy. Look at this guy here. Ha 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 ha.
Okay. I'm
There's
sorry.
fun.
Had to play a joke.
Just once.
Continue.
Go
Okay,
ahead.
we
Go
got-
ahead,
We
Elena.
have Fontiev. I just need to
I
find
like
the
the
room.
low Ted.
I do.
Well,
Um,
that is right.
So we went to speak with the Sister Shantae, I think her name was.
Yeah.
And the other minor shrines, we said that there was at least some period of time that we could retcon what Yllaxis may have said to her directly, but basically she told us what's going on in the city, gave some information, confirmed the 3 rumored followers of Australia, and said that she would talk to them about supporting our claim or whatever. Basically, if we can make the queen seem kind of like crazy and out of her mind during the battle, the council members can stand up during. I'm sorry, not the battle, the duel. The council members can like stand up and be like, she's not fit anymore, and then we can
We
have a
invoke the Star
government
Trek clause.
reformation. Yes. That didn't take a whole
When you
lot.
want to fuck with someone else's culture.
Hey, no, it's just changing the queen. It's fine. Listen, also
we
their
also-
culture is trash. They enslave people, so I'm sorry.
Well, one of the things that a
Just
number
creating a
of people
Very
power
rude.
said,
vacuum. It's fine.
It's just a coup, not like cultural
Right,
hegemonization.
right,
or anything.
exactly. It's
Look,
just a coup.
I like the fact that the women are in charge.
I
now,
like
so,
that.
like,
But
yeah,
But
don't
also
you think
the-
patriarchy, those patriarchal men deserve all this.
oh no, we're getting into weird territory. Legitimate
So-
debate about drow
Pull up.
culture.
but that's a fantastic,
Yeah, that is.
thought, because one of the things that was said, I think it was Shantae, I honestly don't remember because we spoke to a bunch of people, was that they don't want it to be like some foreigners come in and change everything. They
Right.
want everyone to kind of stand together, have the like local, drow basically stand up for the righteous cause. Speaking of council members, Sister Shantae had some potential dirt. I don't know. Lady Elena, who is supposedly a conservative, staunch follower of Queen Madara, is also rumored to be homosexual. So which is
When that's like a no-no
punishable by
in their
death.
in their culture.
So she was like, just maybe don't expose her like publicly, but we all kind of agreed like it's better to, offer incentives like, hey, if the government is reformed, you won't have to worry about this versus punishing her because you catch more flies with honey than vinegar, I believe is the phrase.
That is a very good
Yes,
phrase, and
that's-
that's exactly what it is.
Sounds
Yes.
not fun to play the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the It's like the blackmail Uno reverse card.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. What else? Oh, going back a little, we did hand over Torok, our white dragon, no, lizard folk friend,
Yes, there you go.
to Albert, who
Albert,
said he was
yes.
taking them to the expat village.
Keeping them safe
He
for
said he
now.
found a cheap hotel where you could
Yes.
put him up in there for a little while.
Yes.
We convinced Tarek to put on some handcuffs or some sort of bindings.
I think it was just
to-
like a little rope.
Yeah, just
It
to
was-
play
yeah.
the part a little bit. We basically Skull folk kind of told him, listen, you gotta swallow your pride if you want this to actually work.
Yeah.
And
I should make clear, Turok was in a very sort of spiritually despondent mood. This is all
Yeah, he's kind of in a weird spot right now.
indeed.
Yeah, Torok is.
But-
Lots are changing for Torok.
But Kiff inspired Turok with a jar of curry powder. So
Yes.
Nice. And I read the section about refreshment stands in the contract too. So I'm impressed, Kiff.
that's not necessarily set in stone quite yet. There
We'll
needs
get there.
some kinks will have to be ironed out.
But now I think we did meet a lawyer, and I think we were there last discussing going to sign the contract, correct, for the
I
duel.
think she said she needed at least until 4, and we said we'd meet
Yes.
her like 4:30 or 5 by the dual master's place to sign. Other people of note we met were Princess Lily, who seems to be a bit of a foolish sort of young lady, because she thought that her mother had over 9,000 9th-level spells and seemed to believe
She
it.
seems very
Yes.
she seems very gullible and I mean blindly follows her mother. Is what it seems like as of this point, but we also I thought that she may be being manipulated to a point.
So, I mean, probably because she is gullible, but it seems that she's curious, and she did invite us to have lunch with the queen, but we were like, sorry, we got things to do.
Kind of said we were
sent
busy,
her-
and it wasn't
yeah.
a lot.
Sent her a sending, and she said that she might be able to slip away while shopping in the bazaar, meet at Rhonda's, but she didn't say a time. We spoke to the dragon Saphira, who I guess knows about us. She said she could support us with some council things, but we have to go get some scrolls for her in that like metal.
He was quite firm
sphere
with it. She
place.
said, "You have to get me the stuff if you want me to believe that you really care about magic."
Right, she wanted now reminder for us, did she say she just wanted the scrolls and we could keep the rest of the stuff, or did she say she wanted everything? I cannot remember for the life of me.
She said she
I
only
also
wanted
can't.
some of them, but she would definitely let you keep some of them, if not all of them, depending on how well you did.
Okay, so there was something specific that she's looking for, is what it seems like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she said she can see scry through all stone within some radius.
It was like 6 miles.
Right, it's a pretty big
60
radius around
miles.
her lair, as you
Yeah.
will.
Yeah.
Other things that happened of note, we gave her the holocron and something else. Or that was the last thing that we did after talking to the lawyer. We came back after discussing what we should give her, because she said she had information on some spies. So we gave her the holocron, because there's not much else we can do with that. And also the scroll that we got from the giant Bertha, because she wanted knowledge and magical things. And she told us that Swayze, who showed up last session, is a spy for the queen, and that she has it on good authority that Mildred, one of the like holy guards and also high priestess of Lolth or something. Is she a high priestess of Lolth? Is she
It's
just
friend of
a
mine.
priestess of Lolth?
Can you repeat the question?
Is Mildred a high priestess? Or...
Mildred is a high priestess. Not sure if it's the high priestess.
Okay. Yeah, so. And she is suspected of being feeding the Emperor information. The Bloodworm and Tarask and whatever else is expected to attack when maybe people are distracted, and they're supposed to hit the Enchanters Guild entrance.
Oh, also,
Like, 10
Swayze's a
o'clock.
spy.
Yeah, for the Queen.
Yeah, surprise.
Anybody
Who
was
was the other
spy.
spy?
Mildred.
Mildred.
For
Okay,
the-
it was
for the
Mildred.
Emperor,
That's
yeah.
yeah, but yeah, Swayze's a spy. Surprise.
And then
What a shock and plot twist! I didn't expect
think-
that.
I think that covers most of it. Obviously there's a few other things to take care of, but then we should figure out what it is we're gonna do tonight. I'm feeling we kind of know what we might need to do tonight. And since you probably wanted to say something to Sister Shantae, we said you could retcon that before. Also, I cast Nistel's magic aura on the Necronomicon to make it not magical, and it was like, will you be the next Black Pharaoh, or something like that. So that was really ominous. Didn't like it. That's it.
No.
I think I got everything.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Sarah, I fixed all the arrows and got the names back.
What?
I fixed all the owls and got the names back.
Oh, nice. Oh, hey,
Perfect timing.
neato. I
And with
will
that,
copy and save these now.
Yeah, so I guess one question and then just a sentence or two to Sister Shantae. Question is, does it still seem that the Bloodworm is carrying the Tarask, is literally a bus with the Tarask and every villain we've ever feared? Yes, literally a bus. Is that an accurate statement?
Like cat bus, but Tarask bus.
Oh no.
Yes, exactly.
Oh no.
the magic no.
No one has provided evidence against that.
Okay.
Yes, we do know that it's less dangerous than the things it's transporting. I think was the last thing we really knew about it. Correct? Correct me if that was just a assumption. But
Sister Shantae got a vision from the Goddess of Freedom saying that it was more of a transportation beast than a fighty beast.
Cool. Yeah, it's a cat bus.
It does dig a lot. It does dig. A lot.
It sure does dig.
And if it lands on top of you and runs over you, it's gonna hurt.
Like a bus.
Does it also star in a Ghibli movie?
It also may be in a.
I don't think I want to see what Ghibli movie that is.
It's one horrifying Ghibli movie.
Referencing My Neighbor Totoro, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
My murderous fiend Tororo.
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
Oh no. Okay, and then I guess to Sister
Oh,
Shantae,
don't get me
Oh shit, I
started.
can't sing.
Yeah, don't
Sorry.
get me started.
I would have asked her about the ability for people to worship the way they want and freely talk about Iliastreli. And then I would have asked her about people's ability to roam freely, both here and then up to the surface or wherever they may want to go.
She says that recently there have been stricter and stricter decrees from the Queen, which is unusual because usually laws are passed by the Council, and those have been restricting people's freedom of movement, especially males, but women too, because she keeps saying that there's this evil threat outside and we're the best place to be, and the further you get from me, the more you're going to die, and that's good for your own protection. And that kind of reasoning has been given as people's freedom of movement has been increasingly restricted, and currently men are not allowed to be unaccompanied outside of their homes.
Very good.
A leash on them, ladies.
Are they at least
Oh,
equipped
no.
with beer? Are they
Then
equipped with beer? That's the
Also,
most
we
important
were
thing.
told about a genocide. Do we have the details on this genocide? Or
Yeah, so she did mention that things have been getting more and more, not dire, but that's the best way to discuss it. You know what I mean? It's been getting worse when it comes to people's prejudices against their church. I don't remember the time frame in which she gave us, though. If you could remind us about that, Charles.
Okay, so she would refer to her her, for lack of a better word, bodyguard. And what was his name? I'm not. Might have to remake his name. I think his name was. I want to say like
was like
Mortimer. I'm not sure.
It was like Moro.
It started with an M.
It definitely had an M in it somewhere in the
He
name.
is a male
His name
dark
was
elf. He's dressed in good armor, and he
It's
looks
just
older.
M's.
Yeah.
He will tell you. He says, I had a vision too of the knights of Loth just coming into homes and just dragging out anyone suspected of worshiping any other god, and then them being never seen again.
Right.
And he says, I saw this vision and I just felt it was going to be really soon, like later this week or because I can't explain, but I think it must be a vision from Australia, the Goddess of Freedom, just like the sister's vision.
I see. Okay, that would be the information I would want to get. And duel is tomorrow?
We haven't set a date time
A
yet.
dual date as of yet. That'll
Gotcha.
be at 4 o'clock, I think, today.
3:45 right now.
Meeting her
Right.
between 4:30 and 5. I think.
4:30, excuse me. I thought it was 4 and 5. My bad.
She said she'd be ready at 4 p.m.
Right, so we
the
gave her a little
earliest.
extra time. And you said
Yeah.
currently it is what time, canonically?
It's 3:45.
3:45. Okay, so we have just a little
So,
bit.
if you were to like somehow glide off the dangling Mage Guild tower on the ceiling over there, you could probably make it up time.
Sorry. Yeah, because we went to go see the dragon to talk to her about a couple things, and now we need to go because it's 3:45. Yes? And by glide, do you mean owl? Because, please, we're going in style.
Those owls look ready to rock.
They
By the way,
are.
Yes, it took me a while to go literally skim through that video to find a point where
Oh yeah, Kiff was
Sarah just
not inside.
highlighted everything.
No, yeah,
Kiff-
Kiff was outside with
Kiff got
with
the
the owls.
heebie-jeebies after the first
because she was
encounter.
eating
Yeah.
kobolds.
that is what I was gonna add.
I think I was on Morbid.
You were
also.
on Morpy. Yeah, you were definitely on Morpy.
Okay. So are you guys, do you have more, I guess we're caught up probably back to the present.
I think so.
Yes, I think so.
Do you have more questions for Saphira, or do you want to leave the Mage Guild building?
I currently don't have any more questions. I know what we need to do.
Okay, well, it's right in the map. Okay,
Um,
so you go ahead.
I have one question for her. Is there anything we might possibly need to know about that metal sphere thing you mentioned if we were going to go retrieve the scrolls? Something
She
that
says-
might ensure we come back with them in hand.
She says, well, I do wish you to come back with those things in hand, since I am far too large for the tunnel.
And you sure are in charge. Sorry, I'm not there.
Kiff's like, I'm not there, but that's what I would say.
That is a thing I would say. Yes. Damn it.
She says,
SpongeBob?
well, first of all, I did sense the presence of powerful undead. So she says, think like Codex, Nightwalkers, Banshees, Mummies, Liches, things like that.
Did it by chance give you psychological damage when you did that?
She says, well, I was only inspecting it via a scrying spell, so I wasn't actually there. But it did seem quite strong. And she says, and the second is, I heard a terrible, bone-chilling screech while I was using my projection spell. And I figure if it's some sort of auditory weapon, like, I don't know, say a banshee, maybe you could find some way to cover your ears. But, she says, if you do plug your ears, you would automatically fail your perception check. So it'd be a trade-off either way.
What are the chances?
And I don't suppose your ability to see through rock. Well, I assume the metal sphere blocks it. thus
It's
far.
metal unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's a bloody reddish metal. I would guess from another world, she says, with a vehicle like that.
And the item of that can provide eternal power or everlasting power, you know, something powerful enough to power a large flying airship per se, is definitely in there.
Yes, she says. In
Your
fact,
knowledge.
surprised if that metal sphere itself was some sort of vehicle, ship. If not a turbine, maybe a digging one.
Hmm.
He says, I do encourage you, although it might seem like an inconsequential task, I do encourage you to go investigate this because I can get many of the council on your side. And I do want to believe that you care about preserving knowledge and magic from evil undead creatures more than you care about these simple, endless politics and coups and things like that.
Oh, of course. I mean, I think we've already worked with most of the council to ensure the, well, you know, the necessary support. So really, it's just concern over magic and knowledge and the incoming Tarask, which, by
She
the way,
squints when you mention the Tarrasque. She says, yes. You have evidence of this Tarrasque.
well, we
The
were shown
fears
by
and concerns of the military.
It serves in the military.
Why do you think that there is no Tarask?
She says, is there some place that I should target my scrying to see this? She says, I've certainly noticed the rumblings. It sensed, like, I guess what you might call those bloodworms, but I didn't think that Tarrasque would be in.
You may want to look inside the bloodworm. It seems it transports things.
She widens her eyes and looks at Dromik.
That's
I think
all
it
I have to
would
say.
from such spells, but that is certainly an interesting proposition. I will think on it. Thank you, small lizard.
I'm just gonna nod at her, like do a little like acknowledgement.
She smiles towards Dromik and says, I can sense quite powerful magic in you.
I am a
You're
summoner.
Wizard Harry.
I do practice magic, and quite frequently.
She says, please continue. Perhaps you will be as large as I am someday.
I have been able to transform into a dragon for a little bit. Not anything quite as large as you, but it was quite fun.
Oh, it is very fun being this smooth.
Look at Dromik growing as a character, knowing what fun is.
Yeah, exactly, right? He now knows
What is
how
that
to have
fun?
a good time. But yes, he just kind of nods, is quiet.
Hashtag character development.
Yep.
Hashtag what is fun?
Okay. So Saphira says, is there anything else?
I don't think at the moment. Although I'm sure we will be paying you another visit shortly if everything goes well.
All right.
Shall we be off?
I think we should.
I think it's time to make our way towards the
Yep. Maybe while we're on our way to
Thing.
the dual hall or wherever it was
Yeah,
that we said we were gonna
that
meet.
special
The
place
dual
that we
hall.
need to do the
The
signing.
Dual Master's office.
Yes.
That,
Thank
yes,
you.
thank
That.
you.
Do we have lawyer in tow?
We said we were
We're
gonna
meeting
meet her
lawyer.
there.
Okay, yes, that's correct.
And
Okay.
did the lawyer wear a wig like I had told Kiff?
That's a great question.
Yllaxis was, I assume, meditating or something at the shrine.
Yeah, let's go with that.
You'll find out when you meet her for business. Okay, so
Better be.
some people are on the edge and looking down over the city because it's quite a nice view over the whole city from up there, way up there. 500 feet up. Is that safe to assume?
Yeah, we're doing like a glide over top of the city. I'm sure it's lovely.
So I'm going to say, you see what is kind of like the universal sign of police action. Right, the part of the bazaar, like flashing red and blue magical lights.
Ah, yes.
Are they all heading
The
towards the Krispy
universal
Kreme?
police sign. Yeah, where are they going?
You see them kind of flashing, clustering around
What have I done?
the part of the bazaar,
I changed my camera. In game, how do I change
and
it?
you also see the sound, some explosions and signs of battle near the mines area.
Mines.
Yeah.
Huh.
So yeah, here we go.
That's not good.
Yeah,
The
girl.
That is awfully close
Yeah.
to the expat village.
Yeah, that is really close. Oh god. And what time is
Here
it?
we go. It's gonna be 4 p.m.
Shite. Well, so now our choices are use the lawyer or don't. You think she's gonna wait for us?
What's the travel time?
What method are you using? Are you all on
Owl.
owls? Running
Yeah.
owls? Okay. 15 minutes from here to the. Actually, no. You know what? It's not that far. It's going to be 7 minutes to the Duel Master's office. If you're just going down, owls are using Featherfall or something.
Yeah. We merely just need to get a visual and make sure it's not our boy.
Yeah, we should at least swoop down. We said between 4:30 and 5. We do have a half hour.
But if you get embroiled in something, it will take.
Oh,
Yeah,
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 it will take
naturally.
longer, but we'll figure it out at that point. What do you guys think?
I mean, I think that's not a bad idea.
Yeah. You know what Kiff thinks.
If thinks opportunity to sell meat on a stick.
What is this northern place?
This is the mines, the quarry. And
oh, that's to the north. Okay.
you might figure that since you've heard the white lizard folk were attacking from there, it could be something to do with them.
Oh, it could have something to do with the white lizard folk. Oh boy. Oh boy. We may
Right,
go
so-
check that out.
We know that there's been spats between the two parties, so that's naturally bound to happen. Our Torok is the linchpin to our operation in trying to get peace.
I agree.
So I don't believe the northern tussle is as important than making sure our guy gets back safe.
Yeah. Well, right. So that's what I'm saying. We should go make sure that the expat village is okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
for sure.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay. Yes. So I guess we are.
We are in agreement.
Yep. So we're doing it.
So you're on owls, right?
We're
Yep.
owls.
Growling.
Our
We have
named
to
owls.
make sure that we don't get too close to him while on the owls. So we
Yes.
move away.
And now
Yes.
every single owl goes poof, we die a little inside.
We're still pretty high up. Well, Fontiev's on his broom. I don't know, Yllaxis, which owl were you on?
Well, let's actually figure this out
What happened
because
to all tiers?
It's on
that's what I was
right.
just gonna say.
Right. Duh. I forgot you were on Altier.
That's what I was gonna say. I guess I would have asked Maggie to alter his appearance.
I got you. Oh, he's a Pegasus, man.
Pegasus. I gotta get a
He's a
Pegasus.
Pega owl now.
There you go. I got you.
Pagal. How would you like
Ah,
Altier to look?
beautiful.
It's the least I can do after everything.
I guess right now, I don't think he'll like this very much, but I think he has to look like a sort of winged spider, or else
Oh, jeez.
he'll
A
rouse-
winged spider.
accurate.
That-
Yes.
It
That is an
disappeared.
imaginary thing.
No, it's a spider, but it has wings. Do you not see what these
It's a
guys now in the
spider,
street have
but with
anything that
wings.
looks like a
I see
spider?
regular giant spiders. I don't see.
It only
giant
has
spiders with
4
wings.
legs and wings instead
It's
of,
fine.
the rest.
I don't know what
Okay,
happened
no,
to it, but it flew away. It
What has
apparated.
what has 8 legs and 2 wings? My deepest nightmares.
There you go. He's over there. Oh man. Okay, well, I'm on an owl. I know Maggie's on an owl, and Kiff's on an owl. Yllaxis is on Altier, and Fontiev is on his broom. And Marvis has
still
been
have-
sleeped.
Yeah, and we still have seeming on, so we look like drow ladies.
Yes.
Although obviously that won't work once we're near
Yeah, well, it
anti-magic
depends on how close we are.
thingamajigs. Yep.
I'd like to not sweep us in too fast. Like, I'd like to keep us kind of up and then descend once we have decided what we're doing.
I mean, Dromik, you have good eyes, right?
Yes, very. That's my hope. I'm gonna kind of position myself near the front of the flock.
Okay.
Of the parliament, actually.
You can clearly see these police spiders that have had the dancing light spell cast on them. And there's all these flashing lights here. So I'm gonna say for convenience that it kind of abuts a bazaar and also is close to Dwarf Town as well. So I'm gonna kind of move stuff that was over here.
Yeah.
So you see them all, like all the guard forces are clustered around what would appear to be a dwarf-owned potato warehouse.
Do I see any hide or
And
hair?
I will-
Oh, go ahead.
Say again.
Do I see any hide or hair of our friends?
Of your friends.
Of Albert or of
Albert and Torak.
Torak?
I serve you.
Yes.
Okay.
Side
So
note, that's a new owl name, Albert.
Owlbert.
You
Very
do
nice.
see, I'm just trying to click on this. You actually
Yeah,
do
take your time.
roll perception.
Or yerp, give me 1 second to go to my little spot. I go to my spot. 13 plus 10, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. 23.
So where did I even put these people? I could have sworn that guy was here a second ago. Anyway, you do see one police spider and one police officer talking with what appears to be Albert and Turok.
Okay.
For a lack of a better name, she's going to be called Officer Jenny.
Perfect. I'm gonna like let everybody know, hey, I see them. Do we descend there? We may want to
Well-
descend slightly outside of the range and walk in.
radius.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. So that's what I'm gonna do is have us descend, like, let's say like across the street and drop us down and then kind of
We
like hang out.
My
Okay, so are you going to
recommendation-
swoop across the big shakedown at the potato depot or not? Or
I
you're
don't know
not
if
gonna-
I'm gonna swoop directly over top of it. I'd like to kind of land. So is this exactly where it is? Where like they're the next street over, sort of thing?
They're kind of the next street over. There's an alleyway in between, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to like land. I mean, there's columns and stuff, but like I'd like to land like down the street. I don't want to swoop over top of this because then I don't want to be implicated in any of this.
Yeah, kind of like up
Stuff.
and around,
Yeah.
if you will.
Dromik, if you could land us behind a building, perhaps that way we can kind of just.
Yes.
Step
Yeah,
out
that's kind of
on the other
my.
side.
I was hoping to. Oh, actually, if there's like another thing over here, I'd prefer to land over here, and then come through like that, if possible.
Sure.
Cool. Yeah. So we're not going to be directly next to the commotion going on. I'm gonna like lead us in over this direction, and just kind of. And once
Okay,
we get
so
off, I'm gonna have little birds
Before-
go.
While we're in the air, Maggie, could you make me look like I'm a high-ranking member of the police force?
I could, but the second you get within
20
certain
feet.
range of Tark, yeah.
Yeah,
Then
but I'm
you
not
will no
gonna.
longer.
I'm not gonna do that.
The
Keep that
range
in
was
mind.
only 20 feet.
I thought
I'm
it was,
asking
but I could be
Out
wrong.
of character.
Yeah, I thought it was, but I could be
It's
wrong.
probably close to that because
I
Torok,
remember you
Yeah.
saying specifically when you were casting stuff, Charles said, like, if you're outside of 20 feet of him, but I think it might be more. I'm not sure.
because when we were in the well, what can I think of the word? In the military base, Torok was on, like, in the doorway to where they had the 2 rotting lizards stored, and I went to walk closer to him, and I couldn't cast, but I walked to the farther side of the room, which wasn't that large, and I was able to cast Speak with Animals. So it should be probably close to 25 feet, 20, 25.
Just
Oh, you mean
trying
the
to.
aura of his
Yes,
anti-magic?
his
Yeah.
little anti-magic aura. We're not 100% sure the precise size.
distances.
Yes.
Which we would have figured out while we were there, because seeming at the very least was a visual cue that when he was too close would disappear, and then when he was not close enough come back, just out of character. We'd like to verify the range.
Okay. Yeah, you can verify that it's about 25 feet.
Okay. Good to know. So yes, I
Choice between
will.
20 and 25.
I will disguise, or I will change Yllaxis' disguise to look like a high-ranking police official.
Okay.
And the rest of us look like drow as well. I'll just give myself a.
So as you swoop over the place where the big shakedown is happening, you see that there's a significant police force here, including some fancy-looking traders and some golems, and they're leading out a sort of a line of sad-looking male elves of various ages, and there is a male elf in fancy dress who is shouting and kind of sputtering, and they're kind of reading him his rights and saying he's under arrest. And there's a
Oh,
big
sad.
crowd of women watching.
There's a what?
There's a big crowd of women watching.
Ah.
Or woe elves, if that's
No,
Boys'
women
night's
is fine.
illegal.
Yeah.
Elves.
No boys' nights allowed.
They're kind of like gawking. They're gawking.
Saturdays are not for the boys. here.
You
Not
are
at
under
all.
arrest for the crime of wearing that shirt with that belt.
Anyway, so, I mean, for now, I'm not gonna push anything right now.
So you guys are gonna go over to where this little mini thing is happening.
Yes.
Okay.
When we get dropped off by owls, I'm gonna have them kind of like huddle up and like do a little roost. They're all like hanging out together. Once they're all.
Parliament is in session.
Yes, exactly.
Nice.
Parliament is in session. They won't stack on top of each other.
Yeah.
Only
So,
problem with this group of owls.
Kiff,
Putting everyone
once
together.
he is dismounted, would like to don the Cloak of Invisibility. And does Mork's Cash and Mineral Exchange have a roof?
It does have a roof.
Kiff would like to climb.
It is a square roof with like a little sleeping bag, and some tables and chairs.
Okay. Kiff would like to climb up to the roof.
Okay.
But I need a roll of some sort.
Since you're not really under pressure, and all the police are quite distracted with everything else, I don't think you need to roll for that. You can
Copy,
just,
yeah. I got a 20 dex.
Metal
so.
Gear Kiff.
Okay. So yeah, Kiff will just kind of, he'll sit on the corner of the roof over here, just in case.
Okay.
He has nothing to add to this conversation anyway, so.
2 dwarves come out of the bar nearby, and they just kind of looking down the alley and kind of looking at this and chatting with each other. Okay, so Kiff's on top.
Yes.
What are people doing?
I am going to get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'm going to keep my distance, but I'm going to be around the corner, and I'm going to wait for the opportune movement. I just want people to get into whatever position they're going to do first before I go out, if anybody else has plans. But I have social way.
I am going to stick close to Yllaxis and Maggie, just because I am a lizard folk and don't want to look like I'm on my own.
So as long as we don't get too close, you should look like a.
Oh,
no, you
right,
were
like I
disguised
am a
as a
tiefling.
tiefling.
I am a tiefling currently. Never mind.
Yeah.
But I still am gonna kind of stay with them.
Oh no,
yeah,
I'm not.
stay with y'all.
I'm not upset.
Yeah. I'm still gonna stay with you guys because it might be worth it to have someone who speaks Draconic.
Look here.
I do.
Or is this your tail?
Yes, that is true. Oh, that's my tail. It might be my tail. Hold on. That help? There we go.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
My
I did it.
tail.
Sorry, Dromik.
Okay,
No, that's
so
okay.
you see Officer Jenny, and she keeps kind of trying to look around the corner at the action over there, and she just looks kind of tired. And she's
She just says, "You're a long way away from Pallet Town, son."
she says, all right. She says, so you're telling me that lizard is your slave, right? Is that what you're trying to say? And Albert says, oh no, it doesn't matter that the slavery. It's you don't understand. He says, I've had my property stolen. And Jenny says, all right, you understand that visitors, foreigners don't have quite so many rights, right? Like there's a pamphlet I can give you here. She says, assuming you're a legal gnome and not one of those illegals. And he says, something was stolen. And you see Torok is just kind of collapsed and sobbing.
Okay. As this
He's
is going on,
Going
at that moment, I'm gonna walk out and say, "Well done, officer. But do you think this is the moment to be doing this? You're needed up north."
roll a deception or persuasion.
Ladies and gentlemen, the day that Yllaxis the Pious went to jail.
They go to jail.
Fingers crossed. We've been to jail multiple times. Does anyone need power dice? I have power dice.
Need a die. There we go. There's a die.
Oh, okay, there you go.
We that is a dirty 20.
Wow. Okay. Jenny sighs and she looks across the street. She says, "Yeah, they got some pretty juicy perps over there. So I think I'm gonna go check that out. You can handle this one, right? Just some dumb little gnome lost his trinket or something."
Absolutely. We need your forces up there for that reason. I've got this. Take care.
All right, she's gonna settle up on her spider and go wee and just kind of over there.
That was the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Oh my god, guys,
The little
it's
spiders.
Play Mole Spider.
Oh my god.
Rob, can you draw up a cop spider car? Because that would be
Please.
incredible.
Cop spider.
Yeah, I will work on that.
Spider. Cop car. Okay.
Spider cop.
And we'll even have the
From
Play
the studio
Mole Car
that
theme
brought
song.
you... Yeah. From the studio that brought you Molcar comes
Spider cop.
Cop
Play Mole
Spider.
Spider.
I'm gonna say in Draconic to Yllaxis, like, is it okay for us to come out? Can we continue
I'm gonna look around to see if there's anything else.
Albert is
around.
very confused as to why she left and who this other officer is. He's kind of squinting. It might be Yllaxis based on the voice, but he's not 100% sure.
Do those dwarves look like they're looking at us?
They are just kind of like hanging out, peeking around the corner, taking some sips of whiskey, and then looking at you guys. They're just kind of like hanging out.
Yes. So I then just say
Quiet
to
judgment
Albert,
on everyone.
I just say to Albert, "Oi, you gnome, come with me." But I say it with a wink.
He jumps a little bit. He says, come now, Torok. Sorry, I forgot Albert's accent. He says, come now, Torok. And Torok is like, he's gone prone. He's just sobbing. He's like pounding the earth. He says, the gods have abandoned me. He says, my life has
Draconic.
lost
In
myself
Draconic.
here. I am worthless.
In Draconic, I say to Torek, "Come to the corner and we'll help you."
Would he recognize your voice? I think he would.
Probably in Draconic.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody else is gonna speak.
Yeah, think
Draconic
about the
but
other
Brent.
drows that speak Draconic. There's few and far between, it seems.
Albert looks at you and blinks, and he looks back. He says, come now, Torok, we gotta go. I think that's Yllaxis. I think that's her. He's trying to pull Torok, but Torok is kind of inconsolable. If you want, you could try to roll persuasion or intimidation or do something.
it was only going to be 2 blocks to
Sure.
get us to where we needed
I mean,
to go.
I was trying to persuade him, so I guess I'll do that. Even though they're all the same. For me. 18. Not 18, I'm sorry, I misadded. 16.
Okay. So Torok stands up. He says, My honor is gone. My soul is worthless. And he takes out his sword and he puts it up to his own neck and he says, "Gods, I am sorry." And he looks like he's about to kill himself.
Oh my god.
Uh,
Do you have something you're gonna do? If not,
I can try to shoot it out of his hand, but if you have a better idea, because that's kind of a nuclear option.
I'm going to look at him and say, "Drop the weapon! Drop!" And my eyes have a light silvery glow to them as they touch his brain. I am casting command.
Okay,
Oh wait,
great.
magic doesn't work on him.
He said he's lost his Salamir, not his salami.
Oh, he did say he lost his Salamir. Okay. Salamiri.
Wait, did you say he said he didn't lose his salami?
No, his
I'm just
salami
confirming
is
that
here.
it's not
It's his
salami,
Salamiri. Yes, his Salamiri is
The
lost.
salami, as
The thing-
as in the giant slab of meat.
No,
He says
Salamiri.
he was bound to it when he was but a hatchling.
Yes, his Salamiri has been lost.
So the spell works. The spell is potentially effective.
Yes.
Yes. Do you want him to roll for it?
Yes. DC 16 whiz.
Oh, you poor
I don't know how
thing.
wise this dude is.
Depends on
Yeah. Yeah, he's commanded. So he just kind of stares at you and drops the weapon with a clatter. And at that point, Albert's going to kind of pick up with the sword. It's pretty big. He's going to drag it away back towards Yllaxis.
At that point,
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna, if I know magic's not gonna, magic works, I'm gonna walk towards him.
Okay.
Say,
Albert wishes he says, Yllaxis, I think that's you, right? He's gone a little bit nuts ever since we got robbed.
Yeah, go ahead. I want to be listening in. I'm gonna move up to like the corner and approach Albert and just say like, "Do not be alarmed. Like we're here now, basically."
I will.
with Draconic, I say, I'm sorry, finish your part.
No,
Go ahead.
no, you go first.
I wanted to ask Turok, what happened? Where were you robbed? What did they look like?
He said, I was asleep. I was so exhausted. All the torment and the interrogation. I had to rest. That the gnome told me I was safe to rest, but when I woke up, it was gone. He says, I wanted to that thing since I was a little hatchling. I can't go back without my Salamir, without my honor. I tried to fight, but I was captured and humiliated. I can't and never face my people again.
Who were you fighting?
do I notice this little kobold? Is he here in the street?
So I think you'll probably be able to tell
I have
us
a
if he-
20 passive perception. Sorry, is she in the street?
She does have little wings, and she kind of wandered out to just kind of look.
Okay, I'm gonna come over and just tell her. I'm gonna say it in common since I look like a tiefling. Like, move along. You're not welcome here.
She says, I am welcome here. This is my hotel. Bird's Flop House. He says, fuck you. And Draconic.
I'll hiss back in Draconic. Leave now, or we will have to tell you to leave, or make you leave. Go back in your house.
Fontiev eats popcorn nervously.
She's going to squint at you, and then she's going to start casting a spell.
Oh, god damn it. What does she spell? What does she...
At
did
that
she
point,
cast?
one of the dwarves says, hey. No need for that. Do you want to try to figure out what spell she's casting?
If it's gonna take her a minute, yeah.
Okay, roll Arcana, because it is a,
Yeah, this spell roll.
Oh.
Give me a hot second. Bad. I have no idea. I rolled a 1. It was
Okay,
almost a 16.
Do you want to, like, attack her or engage battle?
Oh, whoa, you moved me up forward. I was not
Oh,
here.
sorry.
I was here. I mean,
Or do you want to just take it in stride?
I'm going to... I don't know. I might just deal with it. I do have a counter spell, but I only have one more 3rd level spell, so I don't feel like upcasting it.
Okay.
How bad can it be, right? Kiff's invisible.
God.
It'll be fine.
Oh, God.
Funny you should ask that.
No, it's fine. I'll
Okay,
just take it.
So, the spell causes a orb, I guess you describe it, with rapidly changing colors to fly out
Oh,
and smack you in the face.
yeah.
And it teleports you somewhere else, and it takes you a moment to figure out where you are exactly.
Oh shit.
There's no roll for that, save or anything?
Not this one.
Really?
Really amazing, right?
Yeah. That's a good spell.
But it
I
actually
wonder what
is
spell
going to
that is.
teleport you to the roof of Susie's theater over here,
Okay. That's fine. I have 20 perception. I'll live.
which is like a third floor.
Yep. And what do I hear from here? Because this is not that bad.
Anyway, Erd says, anybody else want to fuck with me?
Kiff will see that happen, and he will use one of his bow charges on Irresistible Dance.
All right, this is going down. All right, here we go. So the dwarves both say, "Holy shit!" in dwarvish, and they start calling for the other police. But roll it.
Irresistible Dance.
Oh,
There's
oh,
no-
you
it's
just
not
made
an
her
attack.
dance.
She just
Yeah.
danced.
She's just dancing.
Wait a second, is that the one where like
And
you don't
he's
save until later?
Yeah, and he's
Yes.
invisible. She's just
Because
dancing at this point. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
invisible on top
muted.
of Mork's Cash and Mineral Exchange.
Right. She just starts
And
dancing.
I saw
So yes,
Dromik just get
you know
teleported.
what? You're right. I stay corrected. She just starts dancing.
Okay, while
Says
all
him now,
this
that's
nonsense is
inappropriate.
happening,
These dwarves are immediately going to rush or try to start rushing over and say, what happened?" And she's like, "I think it's a fucking spell. Some fucker, some fucking fuck off." And she seems very pissed off.
She's dancing.
Yeah.
okay, while all this nonsense is happening, can I ask Albert what happened?
Grum is saying, "Hey, we need some help over here." I'm sorry. Okay, so Maggie had a question.
Yes, so I'm standing right at the mouth of this alleyway. Albert's right there. I'm going to say, Albert, what happened?
I don't know. I mean, he was asleep, and I don't speak too good Draconic, so he was taking a nap. I was watching over him, and I went outside to get some refreshment. You know how it is. And I came back, and he was just crawling on the walls, Maggie. He was just beside himself, like he is now. He's over there sobbing. He said he had lost his salami or something. I don't know what. I don't know.
So you left him alone and you didn't see anyone come into the building or
Jesus,
leave.
well, a gnome's got needs, Maggie. You must understand. I've been under a whole lot of stress, my family enslaved in my whole hometown.
I understand. Was there anyone else in the building while you were there?
In Erd's flop house, I haven't knocked on all the doors upstairs.
That's where you were staying.
That's the cheapest place in town. I mean, I don't have a lot. All I got is my savings. I got to make it last,
Indeed.
Okay, let's take a moment to look at Dromik. Is Dromik just going to be listening, or is he going to be trying to move somewhere?
I am going to move somewhere momentarily, but as I call over, oh god, he's at the bottom of the pile. Zazzy. I'm only bringing one over. Speaking of which, I think probably after this, I might need to recast it. But I'm bringing Zazzy around. Like, I don't want him to go directly over them because, like, that's dumb.
The owl.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
have him. I'm going to bring him around town. But as I do that, it's probably going to take a couple minutes. I'll listen in as he comes over to grab me on the... I want to go on the opposite side of the like, roof. You know what I mean? And I'll hop down there once he gets here. But what do I hear before that?
So Lisa, who is the Inquisitor in Chief here, is loudly announcing the charges. She says,
You there?
she says,
Okay.
Milhouse daughter, you were accused of You are accused of a total of 9 charges, and he says, I'm a member of the council. You can't arrest me. This is ridiculous. Everyone's gasping.
Oh, what's his name?
You were accused of hosting an illegal establishment of unaccompanied males. You were accused of, and she's reading from a list.
And what was the man's name?
Obscene behavior with a riding lizard. You were accused of
Oh,
obscenities with underage elves of only 90 years of age. And he says, "This isn't true. It's and then they're like putting him in handcuffs and putting him in the cart there.
And then like a high school
one-
drinking
one-
party, you
one
just
more
hear
time.
somebody say, "Popo, scatter!"
One more time. What was the guy's name?
They called him, and I quote, "The guy is named Millhouse Center, and you would recognize him,
Yes.
his name as the council
A
member."
council member. Okay.
Right.
I'm going to do a little swoopy out and around again. I'm just gonna land over here, cause you know what the hell. And I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna say in Draconic, or actually I'm just gonna say in Common because we can, cause there's who cares? She's gonna hear us anyway. I'm just gonna say, Yllaxis, we need to do something about what's going on over there. We need to see what's
Okay.
happening.
Meanwhile, also, is Kiff continuing to menace this innocent innkeeper over here?
Well, Kiff is invisible, so.
I'm invisible, and I don't know how things work with my bow irresistible dance.
It's going to be similar to how the spell works.
Okay,
So just as
so
long as the spell lasts, basically.
So she is struggling to regain control of herself. The dwarves are asking her if she needs help or if she needs like a potion or something. They seem to be friends, and she seems very infuriated and very frustrated.
Kiff is gonna send a message to the Yllaxis and say, "Friends go time now. Kiff, make sure things don't get out of hand. Be right behind."
All right. At that time, I pick up Turok. I try to pick up Turok and come back towards Albert and Maggie.
What's your strength, Yllaxis?
18.
That's enough to pick him up. So you could just carry him. He's kind of gone limp.
Cool. Sean can't actually, he's not spawned in for me, so I can't move him. If somebody would.
Oh yeah, I
Kind.
there you go.
Thank you kindly. Yes. I try to get him into the corner.
There does appear to be an orc who's doing something on the first floor of this building through the window. But
Orc
he's
named
not
Mork.
paying
I
close
like it.
attention to you.
It's Mork the Ark. I love it.
I like it.
I like it.
So yeah, I am gonna land. I don't know if like stuff is going down. I'm just gonna come over and say like, Yllaxis, we need to do something about what's going on over there. And I'm gonna I don't know what I feel like I would canonically know what languages Yllaxis speaks.
Yeah, you would.
Do you speak Orcish?
I do not. Fontiev
Oh
does.
well, crap. Never mind.
I speak Orcish and Giant.
Yes, I know.
And
Fontiev
Elvish.
speaks
And Celestial.
Norkish. I know he speaks Orcish. I just wasn't sure if you did.
That's why you're trying to you want to tell me something.
I do want to tell you something, but that's okay. I could say it in Draconic because I don't know if the dwarves know it, but I'll still say it relatively quietly. Just that, like, hey, they're trying to take away a council member over there. It looks important, and from what I remember, he's someone that we want on our side.
Absolutely. Let's get back to the mounts and approach them from the northwest. I think there's a social way to get them out of this area and get the council member in my custody.
I agree we should do it quick, and I'm gonna look at Torok and just say, Torok, we'll find your Salamari before you get home. And I know he's still being carried and kind of woe is meing, but I'm just gonna, that's all I'm saying to him right now.
He's going to be sniffling, but he nods.
Yeah. Good. I mean, I'm still a tiefling, but, like, I'm gonna be like, hey, it's me, Dromik. Like, pull yourself together, man. Okay,
At
well,
this point, Officer Jenny, Erd, and these two dwarves are having a quiet conversation in the alleyway.
Time for us to go. Come. To our owls.
yeah, then we're gonna go to owls. Everyone pull your owl out of the pile.
And I will, since Dromik was spotted doing shenanigans and we see that they're talking, I am going to go ahead and change you from a tiefling to a drow lady.
The tail.
Perfect. It'll
With
be fine.
it's disguised by like a cloak or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought we had a cloak that I was gonna borrow.
Yeah.
Cool. Then I'm doing that.
So I'm now gonna call it like 4:05, let's say, being generous.
Okay. I'll try to do
Um,
what I can with the councilmen.
Kiff did not attract any extra attention since he has the cloak on and at a decent vantage point. Kiff is going to, scale down Mork's Cash and Mineral Exchange. And we know it's just the next block over.
Yep.
Kiff is going to calm, cool, and collectively, with his cloak on, just kind of walk over behind. This way.
I would love to hear the little pip pap of Kiff's little feet. It's just a little, just a little bit.
Okay, so you're looking down the street, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fill in some of these establishments here. So we have Lana's Dancing Boys, we got Susie's Theater, we got the Bulette Hall, we got Erds, we got what's her name? Genevieve's Gear. Just some kind of fancy equipment shop. Okay. So you're looking down. At this point, pretty much everyone has been loaded into the wagon and they're just shutting the wagon. This cart is not accurate to what it looks like. It's more of like a fancy carriage thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much all of the males have been loaded in. A lot of there's like more of these women here. They're kind of whispering and saying, "Oh yeah, it's too bad because he was so, he always cared about the boys, but now he's just, just another pervert, just like all those stupid males." They're kind of like whispering about it. They seem sort of shocked at what's happening.
You're going in a paddy wagon, is what you're saying?
They're all loaded into the paddy wagon.
A spider-drawn
Into
paddy wagon.
Into the drow paddy wagon. Yes.
Paddy wagon,
How
yes.
many spiders does it take to draw a drow paddy wagon?
Depends on
Just
the
one
size.
giant tarantula, but this group has a lot of muscle in it because they didn't want to be fucked with.
Yeah.
I see. So, Maggie, can you give everyone, perhaps not as high ranking as me, but standard uniform? I think I can convince them, or I hope to convince them, to leave that cart behind.
I will snap my fingers and done.
Do you want me to move us over there, or like where do we want to go?
I would like to approach them from, probably from over here. So if we can eke over there, and then
There's two Yllaxises.
Yeah, we cannot
Good.
be on owls then.
Oh, do we want to
That will-
sneak or do we want to fly? Because flying is going to be conspicuous at best.
They will know if we
Yeah.
come in on flying owls that we're
Right,
not
and
actually part of the guard.
drow.
and honestly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for
Okay,
what I
totally
was
fine.
going to say, it's probably better. So
We're a
Totally
brand
fine.
new
On foot's
unit.
fine.
Let's go.
Is somebody staying with
Our
Torok
boys.
and friend?
I mean, all the owls are staying with them currently,
Okay.
but I don't know, like that they're happy.
Altier is there too.
Okay, there you go. And Altier can tell you if anything is awry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Altier will
The
stay.
paddy wagon
with-
has begun to move, and people are saying, "Nothing to see here. Move along. Nothing to see here."
Okay, so we're just gonna walk across the street.
Yep.
Okay, there you go.
So
Is
Walking
Fontiev
across-
staying behind? I'm guessing he's staying behind.
Which way? This way?
Cause
yes,
Yeah.
walking across-
Sorry, I'm in the middle of drawing a
It's okay.
That's
Fontiev's
fine.
going.
spider
We're-
right now.
we're
Fontiev
gonna
is.
say
Oh,
if you don't want to come along, you can stay and
Like, stay
make
with
sure
Kiff,
Tarek
or do you wanna
and
make sure?
Albert
I
don't
mean,
run. If you're
well,
like
here's the thing: Fontiev being a male seems like a very poor
you're
choice.
dressed as a
disguised
female.
as a woman.
female.
We have Seaman.
Well, here's
drow
the thing:
female.
am I gonna stay that way when I'm away from Maggie?
Yes.
Yeah,
It's Seaman.
it's Seaman.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Lasts
thought
for
it-
8
it-
hours.
Oh, there's
There
no
was an
ring on that. Okay.
anti-magic thing. We can't find the anti-magic thing, but if you want to hang back with them and watch them, that's totally fine too. We just want to know where you want to be.
I'm. Is Kiff comfortable being alone, or is that going to draw too much attention?
over
while
here
he's
too.
alone?
I'm
Kiff's
over here.
invisible.
I came over here
He's
first.
Invisibility cloak, yeah.
No, I'm just saying. I'm asking Matt, the player. Is that going to draw too much attention, or should I just
He's
go with that?
invisible.
Yeah.
Kiff is drawing no attention. He is invisible.
No, I'm saying
oh.
Fontiev being there, drawing attention.
There
causing problems.
is also like 8 owls, so it might be better if you're with them just being a female, but it depends on whatever you want to do. I mean, either way, I don't think will be an issue.
I think that might be good. Yeah.
Either way
Stand
is
up.
fine.
Yeah.
Plus, you have it. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll stick
Unless,
around.
unless you're good, if you're really good at smooth talking, then this might be a
You
good
do
time
have
for you.
the persuasion armor. I don't know. It just depends on what you would prefer.
I mean, I would prefer to stay with everybody else, but that's just me.
It's fine. Whatever you want.
Let me just see here.
So,
I mean, for context, like, what exactly is happening right now? I was concentrating on Mulcar Spider. I know that there was an issue. I know that there is an issue that's going on right now with these people, and then you
I'm
guys were
going
walking
to
up to
try
you
to
saying
convince them to go away or something.
Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. That's what's going on. I'll hang around by the owls and kind of keep watch from a distance,
Sounds
And-
good.
just in
I'll
case.
move you back over there, and then
Mhm.
this way someone is with Albert and Tark and all our
Yes.
owls.
So,
Yeah.
when we were about 20 feet away, I would have gone into a bit of a sprint as I turn the corner, and I very casually look over, and I'm breathing a bit heavy as if I was running, and I, as an officer, come up and say, "Oh, good, you've gathered enough spiders and tarantulas. You're ready to bring them to the north, aren't you?"
These two, they kind of blink and they say, "Clear the streets," and they're
Excuse
looking.
me. Oh, you're not saying. Okay, I thought they were telling me to clear the
I was
street.
not
I was going to say.
They're
Yeah.
saying that to the other gawkers.
Understood.
You do recognize this, Lisa, as the person who confiscated items from Fontiev. She says, I'm sorry, what?
What? What do you mean, what? There's a war going on, and frankly, you're using these resources down here when they're better suited up in the north.
What's going on up north? She's looking at you,
You
and
don't-
it's looking you up and down. She looks a little suspicious.
You haven't seen the flashes and the explosion? You know what happens in the north. You know what sorts of creatures come down from there, and it's happening again. We need the arachnids. We
Well-
need people to bring them there.
Well, if they're White Walkers, it'll take 7 seasons, so we're fine.
So Lisa is a little suspicious. She says, "Yeah, you know, they've been the lizards been attacking from the mines. The march doesn't stop; they keep marching." She says, "What's your officer number?" And they're
My
kind of
officer-
marching towards you.
My officer number is 69420.
Oh, you did it the opposite of what I was gonna say.
Dude, no, this makes it more official.
Yes, officer number 69420, third rank, and I give a pretty rousing. I understand bureaucracy, and I know how their police force
Yeah,
works.
you are Cartesian.
Fonte breathes a sigh of relief for staying next to the spider.
Courtesian?
The owls.
Courtesan, whatever.
A courtier?
Courtier.
A
Courtesan,
courtier? Courtesan is not what they are.
We'll get it
Artisan.
eventually.
It's a courtier.
Yeah.
Yes, a courtesan is something very
It's not.
different.
Yes, not a courtesan. A courtesan is how I would say. But no, yeah, you're a courtier.
Yllaxis should roll deception. These people look suspicious.
Very good. I'm gonna take the one that's set at a lower number.
While that roll is happening, Charles, are there windows on the side of Erd's flophouse?
There aren't much. There's like a few, but they're very dirty.
I got a.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I got a 26. Was that good?
Wow. Okay, so Lisa is gonna sigh. She says, "I don't know. Certainly wants to get shot full of holes by those fucking lizards, but There's so many foreigners causing trouble everywhere. I just heard someone's casting dance spells over in the immigrant village over there.
Well,
Yeah.
I have small amounts of troops here to handle this situation. The fact is, we need the arachnids there, and we need
Okay,
you
okay.
to escort.
She says, "I'll give one spider, one drider, and I'll give you Tina, and they'll head up north." She says, "I've got to stay with you. I was ordered specifically by my boss." She says, "to stick with the paddy wagon."
I will have words with your boss after this if you're not up there. This might be the last conversation you have with your boss if you don't leave.
So I assume you told her that you outranked her, right?
Yes.
She says, I don't want to lose this guy, but I've been on his case for like months, gathering evidence. It wasn't easy.
Don't worry about that.
Send one of the golems, one of the driders, basically half of everything we have, over to the mines.
I give her a wink and I say, I assure you, the courts can handle this.
She says, "Look, I appreciate it, but I want to get the credit for landing this fish." She says,
And you will. As a matter of fact, a high-ranking officer such as myself, I can write the accommodation for you. And I
she seems to consider it. She says, "I still want to be there when we bring him in. I want to be there when we bring him in. I want to get the credit."
Of course,
says,
of
"We don't-
course.
I
We're
can't
not
really
going to bring
trust
him
people
in
watching."
right away. You know this. We're not going to bring him in right away. There's information that we need to figure out for, bureaucracy and whatnot.
She says, "If you want to be the first to, ask him a few questions, I could let you inside the wagon." And they do stop the caravan. She
I
says,
can cer-
"I'll be with him when we deliver." So this is going to be my big break in my career.
Absolutely. The accommodation paper I write for you will be unequivocal. However, your insubordination might cost you.
She says, "Okay, so what are you going to use to guard him? Because like we can't leave this guy unguarded. There's so many of those fucking freedom lickers that are just going to try to bust him out of this wagon. It's too risky."
I have more troops than you have here currently, and I have a few more around the premises that I can bring at a moment's notice.
She says, "Well, let's see him."
Okay.
Yeah.
I at that point I am hoping Kiff, as he is invisible, gets my gesture to message Fontiev to come over.
Sure. I can pitter patter back to where I would be within 120 feet and send
Mhm.
that message and say, Laxies need you over near Flaphouse. Now.
Fontiev just goes, "Grandmama? Is that you?" Sorry, old campaign.
It's okay. Are you coming over?
Fine.
I'm assuming.
I assume so. I'm not 100% what the purpose of me going over there is, but okay.
You look like another person. That's what it is.
Okay.
If
I'm
I,
going to approach with swagger. Authoritative swagger?
Authoritative swagger, got it.
Yes.
Is it just you, or is anybody coming with you?
Well, I think we're all kind of coming around the corner. Like myself
Yeah,
and Maggie.
they're all here.
Fontiev is coming around the corner
Yeah,
as well.
they're all here.
I'm just walking with that Master Xehanort swagger, just like as he walks down, like during the trailer.
Okay.
Do you guys need an invisible kobold right now, or should I check back with
I would say Kobold is bad.
yeah.
Yeah, so Kiff will make his way back then
If you,
towards. Go ahead.
I was gonna say if you're staying with them, if you want to send Yllaxis over, I can make him look like a spider. without
Do you-
Altier. You mean?
Altier.
Wait, do you mean Altier?
Altier. What did I say?
Yllaxis.
Yllaxis.
The other
That
part
sounds
of
cool.
Yllaxis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds
You
cool.
can have Altier come.
Yeah.
When I see him, I'll change the
Seeming.
Yes,
I
thank
got
you.
you.
Yeah.
Words.
So he's now a spider.
Yes.
And then
So
And
when
then
she
once-
sees all of these disguised people, she's going to say, okay. I can send the rest of these people off. You can reinforce me on this paddy wagon here. So she's going to send, she says, I'm going to stay with the cart and the spider pulling it, but I'm going to send all the other police forces up to the battle at the mines.
Well, I appreciate this, Lisa. I'm not looking for the credit. This is what the resources are.
She says, but man, I mean, surely, my skill, my reputation.
Officer, Captain, your words filled me with such anger. Remind me why I don't demote you rather than give you this accolade.
it's a pretty nice pension you got there. It'd be a shame if you lost it.
Okay, Lisa looks stressed at this point. She says, something about this doesn't feel right. She says, tapping her foot. The crowd is kind of all whispering.
Is there still a crowd here?
There's a few people that they've been cleared to the sides of the street. Some of them are kind of looking up more towards the mines, but there's still a few people kind of gawking and whispering.
Now you see here, petty officer, you have disrespected your higher up in front of all these people, and now they whisper, and now they say things, and now they talk and defame both this force, your queen, and your god. I suggest you get out of here now.
Okay, she says, yes, okay, yes, ma'am. Okay, yes, ma'am. She starts to hurry over. But she keeps looking over her shoulder. She keeps looking over her shoulder.
When I see that, I am gonna, I don't know, like, fake taking her name down or something, you know what I mean? Like, looking like I am taking notes of
Going,
her.
and
Yes,
scribbling.
right,
If I
right,
see
exactly.
Dromik doing that, I will just like peer over, kind of whisper something to Dromik, and then nod as
Yeah,
he,
do
pretending
like,
to be she continues writing.
right, like I see her going away and I'm aware that she is leaving, but I'm also going to like,
Make sure you get that badge number.
Exactly.
Okay, it is now officially 4:30 p.m. Okay, so now this tarantula is just kind of sitting here, and there's nobody guarding the paddy wagon. I don't know.
I
You
thought
did
we were
such
gonna be
a
by the
speech. I
paddy.
thought I was like back at work.
We'll be fine. But yeah, no, I figure we'll go into like by the paddy wagon. I don't know if Yllaxis is going to go inside or not.
I'm gonna stand out here for a little bit just in case anything comes up that we don't want, and I can smooth it out.
Okay, I'm gonna start saying like, please clear the way, and I'm gonna start climbing up to do some to get this spider ready to go. I'd like to roll animal handling.
Roll animal handling.
Yeah, to handle this animal. Ugh, 12.
12.
Yeah, I rolled a
And-
2.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, I rolled a 2. I rolled a 1 and then a 2. It might be time to get rid of these dice.
Change the
Okay.
dice.
Yeah.
You know what?
Respawn the dice. Respawn the dice.
No, I'll just get another set. That's fine.
You receive 11 damage from its
Ow.
painful rotating hairs and are paralyzed for a short time.
Ugh.
You handle it a little too
A little
physically.
closely.
Yes.
Ouch. Does it seem like it's
That was
following me
poison
or no,
damage.
not so much? And how
It
much
just,
was it?
It's just like you didn't give it the right commands that has been
Oh,
trained,
okay.
and you touched it, which you shouldn't do.
And now tell me what was how much damage? I'm sorry, I'm pulling up.
11 poison damage.
11. Okay. That's fine. Yeah.
You can certainly try again.
I'm going to.
It's just now.
Yeah,
While
I'm
this is happening, I'd like to continue trying to get people to clear the area.
Roll your social skill of choice, Maggie.
Sure. me see which
Are
is
you using
better.
magic?
No, I am going to be rolling intimidation, and I'm basically saying, is it common practice to be standing, gawking for
Are you kidding me? I'm
an
only
issue?
rolling ones.
Take an inspiration.
That's insane. Okay.
Take it.
18. That's much better.
Okay,
Still
you
rolling
have
under
you
10.
have commanded the spider, and you're in the cell.
Jesus Christ. Cool. I rolled a
And I
2. I rolled a 1, a 2, and then a 1 again. Sorry. I was
Oh,
very mad about it.
no.
It's fine. All of these dice are
And-
trash garbage.
And I rolled a 21 on intimidation to.
Ooh, very
People
nice.
go back to they were basically this seems to be some kind of like entertainment district where there's bars and theaters and strip clubs and stuff. People go back to what they were doing.
I'm gonna like look over at Maggie and like eye the cart with all of the people in it. Like, you should go talk to them. That's something they should maybe know what we're doing.
I will decide heavily. Be like, if you want something done right, you have to do it yourself. Very vocally complaining about, the the lack of a proper authority because I'm an officer. um, and I'll
An officer of the law.
get in the cart or the paddy
So
wagon.
I don't have the right model for it, but it is like a full carriage and it has a locked back door. There's some very thin barred windows high on the sides.
Okay. Barred windows on the sides. The only way to enter is the locked back.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe you just want to talk to them through the bars. It might be worth it.
That's. Is there a place to sit towards the front? Dromik, are you on the tarantula, or is there
Yeah, I
like a
think
little
I'm riding the
seated
He's
place?
in
little
his saddle.
saddle.
Yeah, he's in a saddle.
Yeah. I'm the
Okay.
one riding the spider.
Spider saddle.
Then,
Spider saddle.
then yeah, I guess I will walk next to the cart as it's going, like
Yeah,
pretending
I'll
to
keep
be,
it slow.
looking out on the side. And I'll kind of whisper in, Lord Thaner. Yoo-hoo.
Are you using any particular voice? You're just
I
sounding like
am using the old lady voice. Yes. Knock knock.
he says, "What is it? Why is the cart stopped?"
Well, we're just handling a little matter to help you out.
You hear some young boys crying in there.
Has Sister Shantae gotten in touch with you yet?
Do you mind if we pause it here as I need to take a quick break?
Sure.
Yes, of course. And
Okay.
that's perfect time
Very-
for regular. Do you want us to take 9 o'clock break now?
Yes. Yes.
Perfect. We will take our
Sounds
quick
good.
break and then we will
But
continue.
that is a beautiful spider that robbed her. I think the streamers should see.
Yes,
Yeah,
abs-
I love it to death.
110%. Ninor spider.
I'm working on an inks right now.
Everybody must see the most wonderful spider cop car. He's got a little saddle. Hold on, let me. There
is
he
Spider Mole.
is. He is Spider Mulcar. Amazing.
I can see the inspiration in the eyes.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
I was like, oh, okay, what does a mole car look like as a spider?
So we are taking our break. Feel free to ask questions, comments, anything you need. We're all going to be kind of hanging out, coming in and out with bathroom breaks and drinks and whatnot. So we're going to do our best to keep an eye on chat. I am here as well as Foon, who is playing Kiff, and I'm sure we can relay chat to everyone else. Yeah.
Is it tea time?
I could have some tea.
Okay.
Alrighty. Yeah, I love the spider so much. I'm so excited to see the ink, Rob.
Yeah,
So
and then
cool.
I posted a just kind of a rough mock-up of
Yeah, no,
the background.
I like.
The only issue is that we might just need to just drop the text.
Yeah, so that's like the one thing that I think people, I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong, ladies and gents. Do you prefer the names, or I think I like the names even if they are floating over tabletop just slightly. I think it might be worth it. Even just in the corner, like putting the names where the heads are. I don't know. That's a personal thing though, but I can do that in OBS.
Yeah, I'm just at this is just like a really rough thumbnail.
Right, of course. Yeah, I like that.
That and Rob has never drawn backgrounds before, so he's having a really interesting challenge to cope with.
Yeah, you get to play with a background now.
Yeah, I've never done background matte painting, so I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but I'm doing a thing.
Yeah, I like it so far.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, well, yeah, I think Matt just went to go grab tea for us, so yeah.
Can you guys remember what question did Maggie ask the Lord?
What is your favorite color?
Has Sister Shantae spoken with you yet?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll start up with that, I guess. That
Wait a
question.
minute.
But
That's fine.
otherwise, yeah.
All right, we are back. And go for it. We're recording. We're here. We're doing it.
Oh, speaking of tea screening, I'll be right back.
Okay, so Lord Thunder's gonna squint at Maggie, who's just kind of leaning in through the window.
So I am walking next to it, whispering and not looking conspicuous because it looks like not
Okay.
everyone has cleared away.
If you're walking next to it, then you probably can't see in the windows because they're pretty high up on the side of the wall. So
Well, how else would I get there then?
he says, "Before I speak, pass me my wand. It should be in the front of the driver's seat of the wagon. Or any wand," he says.
Lord Thanner, I really would love to have discussion, but are you going to break out immediately? Because I think that might give things away.
He says, "We'll play along if you're on our side."
Like to insight check him.
That's a good
That's
call.
okay. If that is permissible. That's good. It is 24.
He seems very nervous, and just in like a state of emotional crisis. But he seems hopeful. He's just trying to protect himself.
Okay.
Like, what are you inciting him for in particular? Just honesty.
I want to know if he's gonna try to bolt immediately, but yes, honesty.
He's gonna whisper back in a sort of a severe tone. He says, "Breaking out of this type of thing is very touchy. I mean, it's. I should have known. I shouldn't have let it get this far. But it's gonna be hard to get out of this now."
Indeed. Tell you what, how about we have a little chat, and then I'll check in with my companion who's spearheading this, and then I'll give you a wand. Might not be yours if I, can find it in time, but I can give you a wand for sure.
Okay.
Do we still have a bunch of like trainee wands
Yep.
from the?
Yeah, we do have
I
some
have-
Bobo wands.
On my person,
Bobo one.
Bobo wand.
Okay.
Bobo one.
Sorry. So when I was in, really quick aside, when I was in college, we called like basic the baby classes Bobo classes. So we had Bobo math and Bobo theory. So they're Bobo wands.
Yep.
For little Bobos.
That's also the name of my next character, Bobo Mom.
Bobo wands. Yes.
Nice.
Please make it a
How
shop
do you
later.
Spell bow. Alright.
So you told him to sit tight, right?
I said, let's have a little chat, and then I'll see about getting you a wand once I know what my companion has in store for us.
Okay.
So Sarah, I'm done.
Yeah, I see it. It's beautiful.
He says, "What would you like to chat about?" He says, I assume you deceived the guards that after they finished with the whole lizard problem. They're going to be back here in force in quite a short time.
Indeed. And it would be very inconvenient for us if you, an upstanding council member, is somehow imprisoned during the very important duel which is set to take place not too long ago. So,
One of the
Sis-
boys speaks up and says, Lord Banner wasn't doing anything bad. We were just doing a class.
a class? Whatever on?
Lord Banner says, shush now. That isn't important. Continue with the plan. How do we get out of here?
We're working on that. Did Sister Shantae speak to you before you were taken in?
He said, well, of course, I meet with her regularly. The situation with the Church of Freedom is rather dire.
Yes, but did she speak to
See,
you
I was simply
today?
teaching a class for young boys on how to be upstanding adult elves, and they just barged in here with this list of ridiculous.
Sorry, at least on my end, it sounds like you're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
me
he
Yeah.
too.
said you're teaching a.
Yeah.
He said he was
Right.
teaching a class on upstanding.
So he said, yes, I meet with Sister Shantae regularly. He says, the situation among all the members of the Church of Freedom is getting dire. Says, I was simply trying to run my usual monthly class for young elf boys and how to grow up to be good men. And they just barged in here with this list of ridiculous charges.
Ah, that was last.
Was am I still breaking up?
No,
No,
that
you
No, you're good
sound
now.
much better now. Thanks.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, the charges were indeed very ridiculous. But did Sister Shantae speak to you today? Like, within
Not
the past
today, no.
several hours. So she didn't mention anything about the duel and the.
Well, we'd heard of it, of course, and she'd shared about the vision of the worms and all. But no, I hadn't met her today. I have a rather busy schedule. I'm responsible for many different businesses and things.
Indeed, indeed. Just a moment. I think I will speak with my companion about how we might be able to get you out. Just sit tight for just a moment. I'll be right back. I'm gonna shuffle on up to the. Well, I don't know where Yllaxis is. I don't know if she's walking next to the cart with me or
Yes,
if she's
I'm
up
walking
ahead.
the beat. I'm walking
Are
the
you
beat.
are you guys like leading the tarantula anywhere? Or are you just parked for the moment?
No, the
I'm
tarantulas.
following Yllaxis wherever she's going, basically.
Okay.
I'm click clacking along, except it's more like tip tapping with the spider. I'm going at like walking pace, whatever, wherever she's going.
Tip tapping. It's more like hitting.
Yeah,
Canonically-
it's
Canonically,
I
the
don't
spider
know.
is just mole spider in my head now.
yeah, me too. I don't know.
And just hearing it
spiders.
squeak.
Just like I don't
Tap
know
dance
what sound
spider.
he makes. Yeah, he has little taps on. I don't know. I'm silently moving with 8 legs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
We're
so
just
if
looping around a couple of blocks at this point.
Yllaxis is up
Oh, you're
ahead
looping around blocks.
leading.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, we're
I'm
like
going-
going somewhere aimlessly, but looking like we're going somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was yawning, but
No, it
Oh.
was when everything got abruptly moved.
Yeah.
Okay.
where's
So
Kip?
I go up.
Kiff?
Yeah,
Kiff
we're-
is
By the
back with
owls.
Oh,
Torok,
right,
and
with Torok, yes.
when all this plays out, Kiff would like to speak to the two of them. Briefly.
Do you
I
still have the flashing light spell, or do you want to try to turn that off? Because it seems to
So
be drawing
Dan,
attention.
you
whenever-
said that was dancing lights.
Yeah,
That is
it's a version of it.
so a version
it's a
that doesn't
it's a
require
it's a flavored
concentration.
version. Yeah, it's a flavored version of Dancing Lights. We can turn it on and off basically.
It's like similar to that, and also similar to continual flame, where it just kind of until you dispel it.
It is continual and a flame.
And it has command words. Yeah.
I just smacked my funny bone. I'm screaming internally right now.
Okay.
I would prefer we turn it off, but like that's just me.
I agree. If you want to work on that.
I can work on that. Now you said it was a dispel, or you said it was like a.
You're confident that dispel would turn it off. You figured that, considering that they probably have the ability to use command passwords to turn it on and off, or to turn on siren on and off.
Oh, right. So there's probably a word that turns it on
Anybody-
and off.
Does anybody know Weewoo in Undercommon?
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
I
The
speak
question-
Undercommon
Yeah,
and
it-
also Elvish, so
So the thing is that you would be the most likely to know a passcode. Do you want to try a couple and then I'll just dispel it if not?
Is there a way to tell, because this is like a magical effect, are there any hints, any like symbols for this or glyphs or such that might help indicate what the password might be? Can I somehow use my
You
deep
figure that
knowledge of
it's
the
attached
arcane?
to the. You figure that the spell is enchanted into the saddle.
Mhm.
So that the saddle bears the enchantment.
Okay.
Oh, so I'm
so
right.
you could investigate the runes on with an Arcana roll.
Sure. I'll do that. Dromik, if you don't mind moving over really quickly, I'm just gonna.
Of course,
You said
of course.
Arcana roll.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna move my little. Like,
No,
my
I knew it. I knew it was coming.
Oh
That's a natural
no.
one.
Oh no.
Nope, I have no idea.
Oh.
You
Um,
conclude that
saddle
guessing means
turns.
something bad. As you go around various blocks, I assume if you're not going anywhere in particular, you would probably be in the bazaar area now. So you're going through various blocks, and people are kind of looking askance at the police for you.
just gonna whisper tangerine in Elvish. See if anything
Tangerine.
happens.
Are you sure? Or was that a joke?
Well, when you
Let
put
me
it that
just-
way.
Yeah, I know, right?
Let me just use I'm fine with just using dispel. That's fine with me.
I can do it. I know you've already used a number of third level
I'm
spells.
yeah, it's no big deal if you want to do it. That would be cool too.
Yeah, I cast Dispel Magic on the saddle.
Okay. It goes pew, and the lights are
Right.
no longer flashing.
Cool. Okay, now that's happening. So I jog up to Yllaxis, except, not a full jog, because I'm very weak and old. Not old. Okay. Do you have an idea of where we are intending to lead this cart, or what we are going to do with it? Because I don't think Lord Thanor is going to be much help locked away.
Well, once we can trust them to get them out, I want to put them in a secure place for the time being. He's a high-profile person. We can't leave him on his own.
I completely agree, but do you have any ideas? I might
Perhaps.
need to give him something before he agrees to help us.
Oh, that's always how these operate. Wonderful. I would perhaps offer the sanctuary of the Temple of Iliastreli. But the only thing I'm worried about is if there's a raid on it.
It's very likely it'll be under close scrutiny. Especially if Lord Thanor's associations are already suspected. We haven't heard of anywhere else in the city that might be safe. Somewhat.
So,
Secure.
looking at the city, you figure that you could try to ask Lady Lyratel to house might it might be a bit much to ask. You could try to ask Saphira Housing. That would probably be a bit much to ask for her. You could I mean, I don't know. You could just hide him, buy him a room at the inn, put him there.
That's what I suggest
So,
next.
No one
We
has
just
talked
put
to
them
no one
up.
has talked to any of the dwarves yet, so you could try to talk to some of them. I don't know.
We can find where Swayze lives and kill him, and then just
I have
squat
some-
his house.
Well, I have some ideas about Swayze, but what about? It's kind of far, but the military base, we could pretend that he's locked up. And then I know though that there were a number
Oh
of
yeah. So I think it's
Vidara
kind of
supporters there, so it might
Yeah,
be
that's
not
it's
There
a
are many
50-50.
not
support-
most secure.
I
Yeah.
would not trust it there. I think maybe the inn is the best bet.
The inn is where the Salamiri was just stolen not too long ago, so I don't know if I trust the inn.
Wait, the flop house or our inn?
Our inn.
Our inn.
Oh,
The Kieran's Horn Inn?
Yes.
Okay.
It would make sense. I mean, these are all, relatively fancy,
It is also a
upstanding
fancier inn. Yeah.
dwarven men and boys. a fancy place like that, we can probably pay him off.
How long?
I meant Elvish. I'm sorry. Crap.
Yeah. How long will it take us to get there, though? From where we
Take
are?
about 20 minutes going up the face of the spider.
It is also right next to where we
It's
need
right next to
to
the Duel
go.
Masters.
We are going to be a little
Literally
late, but
that's okay.
No, I
can,
As the spider crawls.
I can square the bill if you want, and do that if you guys
I'm
want to
not
do.
worried about the bill. I'm worried about like we have a police carriage that
that is also true.
have to
We have a
disguise.
police carriage.
How big is it? Size wise.
It's as the same as a normal one. Like it's like an
Like a
armored.
regular carriage size.
I need to know
Yeah,
the exact
it's
dimensions
quite heavy.
because
The exact
spells.
dimension.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is like one of those GMAT questions. Okay, so it's like, let's say 8 feet in height, 8 feet in width, and 20 feet in length.
Okay.
8 by 8 by 20.
8 by 20. Thank
Just
you.
taking a wild guess.
Okay. So, after about 10 minutes of heading in that direction, I will cast Major Image to change the look of the cart. I'm sure we've seen some, like, other fancier carts going by that don't look like police escort vehicles.
All right.
So I will change
Right,
it
you're trying to
look
make
like
it
that,
into a
especially.
fancy
Yeah.
vehicle.
I just needed to know whether it was going to be, like, Major Illusion or Silent Image. But
Right.
Right.
I'm sorry, Major Image, but if it's 20, then I think that has to be Major Image. Because it is not larger than a 20-foot cube. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will, while it's up for the 10 minutes, as we're turning corners, I will periodically be like, if people look suspicious as we're like turning corners, I will just change a little bit and change our appearances so that it's harder for people to track us.
Okay.
Morphing slightly as we're going down each
Exactly.
street.
Like
I
small
see what you're
changes.
doing.
So if someone's like, "Did you see that cart with the I don't know, like
With the
silver
purple-
bells on
yes.
it?" No, but I saw the one with the purple sigil of something something.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
I'm
You
trying
do
to
see
make the
like
most
a
of my
police
class.
officers occasionally in the streets. They don't like they looked a little confused when they saw it undisguised, but when it's just they don't look specifically confused. You guys don't plan to make any stops along the way, right?
No, drop them off first.
No.
And then we have to go back.
That is our first stop. Is dropping them off, and then we gotta go to the thing.
So you do see the police station in the council hall district.
Cool, and we go right past.
And you see a big crowd of them that says, "Okay, the lizards have been handled. Somebody's stolen the paddy wagon. You to check everywhere. They're handing out the spell scrolls, some like see through illusion scrolls, just like it could be
jeez.
anywhere, guys." They're saying we have to search the town. So you see that as you're going by.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
they're
we're-
starting to like get a
We're
little.
hustling, and
Yeah.
then we're it's probably after dropping them off, we're gonna have to ditch the cart and
Oh,
like the park or
absolutely.
something.
Ditch it. You're muted, Foon.
Head into the park, take the wagon, part of the paddy wagon off, let the tarantula free, and just burn it.
We're gonna
Yeah.
burn the tarantula? We're gonna burn
But,
tarantula Volcar?
No, the other way. We're gonna burn the cart. Let the tarantula live wild and free, away from oppressive
Yes,
These
this.
oppressive
elf
workers.
ladies.
Yes,
Yeah.
his oppressive.
All right.
I don't know.
or
Do
mass-
domesticated spiders do well in the wild?
They do just
Doesn't
fine.
matter.
He's a giant tarantula.
We'll
He'll
be fine. I'd be
fine.
more concerned about someone
Okay,
trying to
but-
talk to it.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway.
Actually.
I mean,
Well,
somebody
Frankie-
would
okay.
go across it and be like, "Hey, free car."
Okay.
Yeah, just think a mole cart, by itself out in the wilds.
Okay. So Riddle me this. Okay, Charles, I'm gonna pull a ball out of my pocket. I'm just gonna put it in front of the Molcar spider and move it back and forth and throw it to see if it goes and fetches it and brings it
Wait,
back.
just be clear. This is in front of the Queen's palace, next to the Queen's.
No, no, no,
No,
no,
of course
no,
not.
no.
No.
We are
doing this?
Yep, don't
when
do
we
that
see
there.
them handing out spell scrolls and stuff, we are hustling to the inn, like but
Accurate.
inconspicuously.
Should
We're
mark it
like
on the
we
map
have
that the police station is probably like the close to the duel master's office, so it's all
Okay,
kind of like
that
close
makes
together.
sense. Yeah, that makes sense. So the last 3 minutes to the inn, we're gonna calmly hustle, and get them
Okay.
as we're loading them off. I think maybe some of us help them check in, and some other people go to dispose of the cart.
So you're just kind of like letting them off, and then kind of there, and you're assuming that he and his boy will follow you in to the
No,
end.
we had 20 minutes to walk here, during which I think I at least would have been talking to them.
Okay. So what would you
Uh,
like? Are you explaining everything, or
I'm essentially explaining the same kind of pitch that we gave to Sister Shantae and General Tanya, which is that obviously things are bad. Queen Madara is crazy. Sister Shantae said she was going to talk to you so you could join.
he
so you
says
could join
yes,
our
but he
side.
says the problem is if these are serious charges, and he's afraid they'll be able to have witnesses of certain things. He says with a sigh. He says, I'm not sure
Which things?
here at a voting session without being immediately arrested with the new charges for resisting arrest. That's going to be a big problem, he says.
You know, in the U.S., there's this country called the United States, and it might be fictional, I don't know. But if a member of the legislature is heading to vote, they cannot be arrested until the vote is complete. I'd like to think that's the case in many legislatures.
And
He says,
if
that's a good idea. I should talk to my lawyer.
if they don't show up for certain votes, the Master at Arms will come and drag them ass into the chambers too. So
I would also say we can definitely talk to our lawyer about it because, well, I think also if it is perhaps proven that the queen is of unstable mind and the charges are, well, not false, but how would you put it?
exaggerated.
Exaggerated, staked against you, then perhaps everything would have a different, it would be looked at a little differently.
Okay, he says. So he says, I agree. I am gonna need, my wand and my other stuff. It should be in like the evidence locker close to the driver's seat there.
I would like to insight check to see that I still believe him and don't think he's gonna, take advantage of the situation.
Well, he's just kind of emotionally rattled because he's been accused of being like a boy abuser in front of everyone in his district that he's like the patron of.
I understand, but in character, I want to make sure he's not going to betray me.
Okay, roll it.
It was almost really good. 14.
He seems like he's trying to focus. His mind has been scattered, and he doesn't really know who you are. He can't even see you, but he wants to believe. He wants to believe.
Okay. All right.
Great. So, safe to say, you've arrived at the end. Everyone's disguised, right?
This is correct.
Okay. There's the baggage boy at the door.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh,
you're
baggage
there.
lad.
So, Lord Thanos says, "Can you please give me my stuff, or just unlock it?"
We're going to. Oh my. When we let you around, I will give you your stuff. Can you please chill until we check you in?
I thought elves were supposed to be very patient about everything.
The boys are kind of like sounded very nervous and confused. Someone says, "I don't want to die. I'm only 90 years old," and he says, "Shush, it'll be all right."
Yllaxis, would you like to do the talking?
Absolutely.
You're so good at those things.
So, you said the baggage boy is there first, and who else do I see?
He runs up to the back of the carriage. He says, "Hey, get your baggage."
You've done such a fine job, lad. As I pull out 2 gold coins, which is enough to feed his entire family for a year to come, and say, "Tell you what, why don't you take an hour break?"
Make sure you get the big room. You know, her ladyship likes to have space. And I'll work
He
on
looks at the
unlocking
coins.
the
He
back.
says, "That's this actually isn't well." Well, I appreciate the tip. He says, "I appreciate the tip." He says, "I'm gonna go get the receptionist for you. Will you need additional help to carry all the baggage?"
I don't
If
think
that's
that
quite
would be
alright.
necessary. Consider this an advance.
Okay, so you want him to leave? Is that it? Just
Yeah.
being.
Go power rocks.
We're saying nicely thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, we'll we do not want to do the porterage. We are going to unload our own bags, and also I need to figure out how to unlock the back of this thing. And we
You
need to
know
get checked
how
in.
it is. Why pay for the
Yeah.
labor when you have slaves to do it?
Ooh.
Okay, I'm sorry. There's people talking in the background. I have to try to figure this out for a second.
Bum, bing, bum, bum. This is.
You know what else is talking in the background?
Maybe-
Raid
maybe-
Shadow Legend.
Maybe
Oh,
in the
no,
meantime we
please.
should talk about how we're planning to dispose of the cart afterwards. So
That
we
actually
can
is a
save
good
on that
idea.
time later on, whenever Charles is back.
Right now.
I mean, I would
Maybe
also
having
think
it-
that.
Gotta put the Bossa Nova song on.
Oh yeah.
Do,
No,
do,
I
do, do, do.
yeah, I just turn on. Whoops, thing broke. No, it's okay. I think we can discuss how to dispose of this cart, Elena. That's a good idea. Ooh,
I would just write Surface Emperor rules on it and leave it in the alley.
Oh man.
But I named him Corbett.
Amazing. No, I know he's pretty great. Here, wait. I'm gonna show everyone the inked version because he's beautiful.
Please do.
He is beautiful.
Please enjoy this picture of a cop spider, everyone.
I
while
apologize. I
no, it's
apologize.
okay. I'm showing off inked cop spider. He's very good. There he is.
Okay, I very much apologize.
No, it's okay. Take your time.
Okay, so you wanted the boy to get lost, right?
Yes.
Okay, he gets lost. There are you can hear the sounds of a show inside the inn. There's a lot of people going in and out. There's some fancy drunk people in there.
Fancy drunk people. I'm glad
Yeah.
both of us immediately said fancy drunk people. Go ahead. Go ahead, Sean. Sorry.
I am fancy and I am sober, so therefore I am here to change that. So there seems to be some revelry about, you say.
Yes.
What of the person at the front desk, if at all?
Well, the person at the front desk is a rather bored-looking young lady.
Hmm.
There's a lot of people around. There's this is kind of like the front room. I'm running out of space to draw this, but there's the pack room as well, which is where the stage show is happening. And there's some drunk people coming and hang out at the sofas and tables and stuff.
Yes. I will walk in and say, yes, hello, good afternoon. I am here representing a very important client, and she would like to know the prices for your rooms.
The receptionist, whose name is going to be Sandra.
Okay. I'm
She
gonna
said-
do the Karen thing where I read her name tag and then say, Sandra.
Yeah, she says, I think we got the royal suite. That's going to be 30 gold a night. How many nights?
30 gold. Let's do 2 nights for now.
Okay, how many guests?
Can I just go mega care and just go? Did she really ask us how many nights?
Oh, Fontiev is here too. Okay.
I assume.
I think
so.
we're all here. Yeah, we're.
Yeah, aren't we?
This is not here.
Would
Alright.
imagine
Some of
people
us need
stayed by the
to
car,
work
or-
on unlocking the back of the...
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing.
Do you want...
Is
do you
someone
want me to go-
releasing the tarantula here, or are you going to do that later?
Do they have like a stable area? Like stables?
They do have a stable, yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna I'm gonna pull the wagon around towards the stable. Is there someone working at said stable?
There is going to be a stable boy.
Okay. I'm gonna... Oh, go ahead. What were you gonna say, Elena?
You go ahead.
I just wanted to get, this kind of like, sort of in a place where... Get these lights out of here. We don't need lights. We have them turned off.
Like this.
Go away. Blech. They have been deleted. I'm gonna ask the stable boy, if I can have some space for my tarantula, or like space isn't like don't come near me or my tarantula, don't look at me or my son. But I'm gonna be like, I can take care of this. This is my personal mount, and I would appreciate if you did not touch or go near it or the carriage.
He says, "Wow, that looks like one of those police tarantulas."
It was a very expensive
They treat
purchase.
them all nice and black like that.
I got them at auction.
No, I'm just gonna say, like, it was a very expensive purchase. I
Hey,
know.
His
I'm
name is
going-
Corbett.
I'm going to, because I'm staying with the cart. If I hear that this person seems a little too interested, I am making myself look like a very refined, kind of older noble. Be like, excuse me, what are you doing so close to my tarantula? I
Yes,
am
ma'am.
checking into this fine establishment, and you are coming too close.
I'm
Really?
just gonna like look at the person and just kind of shrug and be like, no. Like I'm giving the face like I told you so.
He's go right ahead, ma'am. You guys have the receipt, right?
Of course, we have the receipt.
He says,
Do
"Which
you
room you
doubt
been
me?
out?" I'll book
What?
it to the room. He says, continuously backing away. He says,
We
"Which
have
room?"
it handled. We have it handled, sir. Go on.
I'm
The
just gonna
royal
say,
suite, of course.
Oh, that's where it is.
I'm just gonna say to the guy that the rest of our party is up at the front, working on
You
reservations.
don't need to explain things
Okay.
to him.
He
I'm
glances.
sure
he
he
looks.
sees
He
enough.
looks intimidated. He glances up to that
Fine.
door,
Yeah.
and he looks back. He says, "Okay, you can do your thing. That's okay. It's okay."
Run along,
He looks
dear.
okay. He goes into the room. He goes into the lounge area.
All right, let's do
Lounge
this quickly.
/ reception.
Okay, so as he leaves, I'm gonna kind of look at Maggie and just be like, I'm
Sorry,
gonna
he
come
was
over.
getting too close.
I'm gonna
Sorry
come
to
over and
jump
just
in
kind
there.
of whisper like, yeah, I agree. I'm gonna look around. Do I see anyone else like eyeing us? Is this boy running?
That was an extra spawn.
Okay, I didn't
It's
know if
just like
that
he was
was
the
like
boy. He's just a face in the crowd.
yeah,
a
just
face.
like a kid being a kid.
The streets are pretty
Pardon
quiet
me.
at this point.
Okay, I'm just gonna say to Maggie, how do we want to do this? Do we want to get everyone out of the cart first?
Yeah, and then just like ditch it as quickly as possible.
How are we going to get these gentlemen inside without people recognizing them?
Yep. So I was going to see if when Yllaxis comes back, perhaps. Actually, we stayed in the royal suite before. Do we know? Was there only like one entrance into there?
I don't think you guys thoroughly searched it for any sort of secrets, but
Mhm.
normally there's one obvious entrance, and it's the windows.
Oh, you mean the stable?
I was talking
So-
about the suite.
Oh,
As
okay.
you're welcome to search the stable if you want. There's no one there right now.
Apologies. I'm gonna at least give a look-see around while Maggie is doing something, but I am here to help immediately as she sees fit.
The easiest thing would be to cast seeming on them and then just, get them in. But that's my second, 5th level spell slot.
Yeah, that's a
thing.
lot of spell slots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you prefer.
The receptionist is asking Yllaxis and Fontiev for the name that it should be under.
Name? Sit down for Selena for right now.
What, the spider?
Oh,
The room reservation.
Say that one more time, Charles. I couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
The receptionist is asking Yllaxis for the name for which the reservation will be under.
Lena. And when Fontiev says, "I'm sorry, the spider," no, the highly esteemed pseudonym of our high-ranking guest that you should see fit is taken care of well. As I present the 60 gold for the 2 nights.
Yes, sir. And she's kind of scoops it into the cash box. The little stable light comes running up, and he whispers to the receptionist. He says, "Yeah, you guys using the stable?"
Yes, that would be us.
Sure thing. I'll just put that right under your account. She says, "The room's being cleaned. It should be ready in about 15 minutes."
I would recommend that room be ready now. We don't care what state it's in. We have mages to take care of that.
She and the stable boy kind of look at each other, and she goes, "Sure, I guess. Go right ahead. Don't mind the cleaning boys, though."
Okay. I will tell Fontiev to relay what's going on to everyone out there.
Okay. So Fontiev
I think she
is
means
gonna...
just to go out and tell us.
I know. I was making a joke.
I hear Fontiev yelling "caca," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, I understand perfectly."
Yeah. We speak.
To animals, because you're
Wee!
Yeah.
I run out and I walk out. I clear everybody into what's going on.
Yep.
And I hold my hand out for an invisible fist bump in case Kiff is there.
Oh yeah. I don't know
About that, we had a lot of exposition happen, and we never got back to Kiff. With,
That's
Albert
right.
and,
Kiff is not. Kiff
right.
is like missing right now.
If needs
Yeah.
to spell it. Yes.
Yes. So, Kiff would like to come back to Albert and Torok. First invisible, and then slowly he lifts the veil of the invisibility cloak, and you see a little snoot pop out. And Kiff goes, "Hi, friends. Kiff here." And then Kiff puts the
Albert says,
hood
"Well, I
down.
never thought I'd be so glad to see a kobold. It's
Kiff
good
will
to have you
say-
back, Kiff."
Kiff will say to other short friend, be very surprised. We're very handy. Why can't I pick up Cliff? I can pick up Clem. but I
It might
cannot-
just
oh,
be the
there we go.
grass. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, no, it was just weird.
Of the hitboxes, yeah.
Yes. Cliff will say, friends go off to do other thing on other block, but Cliff won't know. Where Cliff heard you stay in Mean Kobold's big house, many rooms. That true?
He says, "Well, I mean, Albert is a little bit stumped for words. He says, "Well, yeah, I mean, Erd's a friend of mine. She's one of the best people in town. She's rather defensive about getting spells cast on her, but she's a good bold, that one is. Relatively speaking."
Cliff no harm. Cliff no harm, Erd. Cliff just merely diffuse situation. Cliff learned that word diffuse from Yllaxis.
He nods. Okay, Tarak is kind of sobbing on Morphe, and he's kind of muttering to himself and sounding like he's having what might be described as a mental health problem.
If I can pick Cliff up, there we go. Oh, almost. Anyway, there we go. Cliff would, see that and approach Tarak and go, "No worry, friend. Cliff helped get Salamiri back. Cliff just need... Actually, I'm talking to him in Draconic. Cliff just needs... I just need to ask you a few questions, and I'll go back and forth between Common and Draconic, like, what room in there did you sleep in?"
He says it was room 4.
Room 4? And who did you see on your way in?
You're asking like Albert and Tarak, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So they saw a few people.
Uh-huh.
So they saw a dwarf with a magic shovel. They saw an elf with a sack of how should we say? Not smelly herbs, but herbs that smell a lot. Herbs that smell.
Still,
Let's call them
it's
aromatic herbs.
aromatic. That's the nice word for smelling.
What else did they see? They saw 2 gnome sister twins. And
Okay.
they saw a bald, unhappy-looking human man.
Okay.
That's what they saw.
Alright, I am just going to write down, in particular, the room number. Let's see here. Stay in room 4. I'll get the rest later. And then Kiff will ask specifically Turok, when was the last time you saw or had your hands on your Salamiri?
That's what I was thinking. Okay, can he roll persuasion because Turok is beside himself?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and we'll see if he is able to be soothed.
He is what you would call in distress.
Yes,
That would be persuasion. That would be a 16.
that's good. Turok takes a deep breath. He says, "Okay," and he's here. He's like he was in a spiritual crisis, and he's just kind of. He doesn't know what he believes, but he's kind of just here. He says, I went to take a nap about 90 minutes ago.
Okay. Gotcha. In the room, correct?
In the room, yeah.
Okay. And then Kiff will turn
He says, wait, I remember hearing like knocks on the door.
Oh, yeah.
Like there was somebody who kept knocking on all the doors, but I don't remember them knocking on my door.
Yeah. Oh, so you two stayed in different rooms?
Well, we were in the same room.
Oh, okay, okay.
Albert went out to get something.
All right. Got that?
Albert says, well, yeah.
And Kiff says, and what did you go get?
Well, I went to get some herbs and went for a drink at the Yllaxis. You don't see the old bartender Grum? He's a friendly face. I was only gone about 10 minutes, I'd say.
Kiff is
Kiff will say,
writing.
and then when you woke up, was Albert here when you woke up?
No,
Oh,
he's
talking.
Albert wasn't here. I woke up because I could not feel Binty's warm presence at my shoulder.
His Salamiri is named Binti.
Yeah.
Kiff
Very
goes,
cute.
Okay. Kiff canonically went.
Besides, he says, I guess I'm like you guys now. He says, just some person with no Salamiri. He takes a big sigh.
No troubles, friend. Kiff on the case.
Okay.
But first, we take you back to friends. Keep you super duper safe. And then Kiff will cast a Speak with Animals because he, doesn't have mental command over these owls, and he will say, he'll pat Morpy on the head and go, Morpy friend, I need you to help me take friends back to rest of friends. We go back and meet Dromik too.
Morby goes, cool.
And then
Looks like he's ready to take off.
we'll turn to Clem. Yeah, Clem, we do same. And Cece, I ride with you today. And I'll give them all like little pats. And
I love these names.
I know they're so good.
They
I
were
just
all
came up.
very
Oh,
good
I came
names.
up all of them on the fly too. I put no thought into this. I'm like, okay, I need to name all these owls. First thing that comes to mind, go.
And then Kiff,
The best names.
I agree.
Kiff stands in the middle of all of them and goes, and when we're all safe, Kiff have nutty clusters for everyone.
There's a lot of hooting there.
Oh no,
And then,
sad
then-
for Kiff. They're just gonna disappear after a while.
I pop the 10 feet on the CZ and I go, let's go, friends.
So you're
See,
taking
now every single time they die, we die a little
Yes,
inside.
you can feel free to move them, Matt.
So you're not
Yeah.
going. You're not going to go talk to any of these other people in this.
I want to.
Get them
I
safe.
feel like I should get them. Or what do you guys do? You think they'll be all right to get back to friends? Because I would like to investigate, but I don't want to, because split party and all that shit.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's usually better on.
Yeah, it might be something that, I don't know, maybe you leave Albert to ask? I don't know, because Albert is going to stay around here, right? Or is he coming with us? What's going on with him?
It says, guys, I just want to leave. I ain't no legendary wizard or thief or anything
Right.
like that. I'm just a simple old gnome. Who likes to
Right.
meditate.
But you might be, you're friends with well, I'm not here, but just so we know, he's friendly with Erd more than we are. He might actually have a chance at asking her where it could have possibly gone or if she saw anything, but I don't know. Everyone put their 2 cents
I
in.
think the best thing to do might be, I mean, I know time is gonna pass, but we're already kind of behind on some other things that we should regroup
Yeah,
for
that
now,
need to
and
happen.
then once we do what was like the last, necessary stuff on our plate, then
Yeah,
we can
before
go
bed,
out
we're
and
going back.
continue
As long as
investigating.
Yeah.
Turok is safe, as long as we don't take forever,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
foresee.
agree with that.
I don't foresee things going too far.
Okay. So it sounds like regroup is the choice.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah, that's
once everyone's safe, Kiff is more than happy to go back and play Detective Kiff. Once our day business is settled, if you know what I mean.
No, no,
I
no, no.
want
Inspector Kiff.
Inspector Kiff. Da 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 da. Oh, sorry, that was not a song. No.
Not a
That was
sign.
merely a
What
string of
definitely
sounds.
was not a
Yes,
song.
that was me mumbling
Okay.
with rhythm.
Yes, of
So
course.
I assume that your goal is just to move all these RSTs into the room, right?
So, yes, I was going to try. We can't fully disguise them, so if they can put hoods up and stuff, I will still disguise as that prissy old lady or older refined lady. Basically, march them into the royal suite and be like, "Don't look at my companions." Just nose up in the air. Basically embodying Lady V back from Carthan, but as a drow. And just kind of march them in while they're.
You're saying that they're receptionist?
I'm not even looking at her. I see Yllaxis disguised as a drow and be like, "Oh, good, you settled it. Show us to the room,
Right this way.
and make sure everyone knows not to look at my companions.
Certainly not,
See in
ma'am.
this establishment.
We wouldn't want a rehash of the last time that happened.
Don't remind me. I'll never stay there again."
So Sam just says, "Wow, you guys must have traveled from far away." She says, "Sure, go ahead."
I didn't even wait for her response. As soon as
Yep.
Yllaxis showed the way, I have ushered my hooded men into the room, and the cart is being disposed of. I assume.
Oh,
I'm not part of that group anymore.
So people in the room is Yllaxis and Maggie, right?
And
The boys.
all the ones from
the
the cart.
boys.
Yes.
we got the boys.
Yes.
Boys.
Did you give me the go ahead to figure out what to do with this cart?
Yep.
Over
I
here.
was like, destroy it, just take it away. Don't let anyone see that
Yep.
it's a police cart. Just
Yep. I'm also gonna say that I mean, I'm just gonna say that it's probably been past the time for animal summoning. Do we want to take these owls away? It's not that long. What do you think?
As long as
DM.
we're safely on the ground.
I would assume once you get here, they are just kind of, they zoop. Don't worry, I have them saved.
Uh-huh.
I'm just with timing.
Well, here's what we'll do canonically. The owls will kind of zip around high up until we get to near Queen's Park, where the Kieran's Horn Inn is. We will descend into the park. Our friends will dismount, and as Kiff is about to feed nutty clusters to all the birds, they zoop. And Kiff goes,
Oh.
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 See? Now you die a little inside every single time it disappears.
Oh wait, no,
Yeah.
I have not moved the giant tarantula into the stable as of yet.
Also, I know like Marvis is kind of in sleep standby mode, but I do feel like in character he would very happily help bash that cart into, you
Into
know.
a million pieces.
I feel like that's something that he would do
Yeah.
if we
I
asked.
agree.
You
That's
do
like
that in the
the
street,
little
right in
bit.
front of the fanciest hotel in the whole city. You're just gonna start
No.
smashing.
No. What I was going to do was I was going to keep the tarantula hooked up to the cart. Let the stable boy know that we'll be back later, and get it. I need to get a couple of things for.
So he's gonna go
My
like
lady.
feed it
Yeah, that's fine.
some crunchy nuggets.
That's fine.
Told him not to touch it.
It's fine. I'm gonna give him a pat and be like, I know my the fair lady, but I don't know what to call her, but
I will be
Perfect.
speaking.
my
to the
patron
manager
has
later on.
yeah,
I
my
told you
patron
it's
said
Corbin.
not to touch him,
Patron.
but
And matron.
yes, matron, there you go. My matron
Matron.
told me to disallow anyone from touching it, but this is fine.
So hard to find good help these days.
I'm just gonna give him a like weakish smile and just say, we'll be back later. I need to go get some things for my matron.
Okay, he says.
Give a little giddy up, and I'm gonna take it. You said there was like a park.
There is what's called the Queen's Park, which is a pretty nicely manicured
Oh, it's like a lawn. It's not really
big
like
shroom
a park.
with like the big Zerk shrooms, and then there's a bunch of ponds with little statues and fountains in it.
Is it particularly busy today?
It does abut the southwest wall of the main cavern.
Yes. Does it? Is it? Is it? I'll do like a little stroll through
It's
the park.
not busy today. It's not
Okay,
busy.
cool. I'm gonna start moving it towards the park. If I see them, I'm gonna be like, hop in. I don't know if they know me, but I'll say it in Draconic, like, it's me, Dromik. Get in the thing. If that's for you. Matt.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was typing about the hunt.
I know
for
you were, but
Fenty.
I'm gonna just invite everyone into the wagon.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, I'm gonna just say, like, you know, did you get in? We're getting rid of the wagon. Come with me. I don't know, is Fontiev with me, or are you with everyone else?
I assume.
Either way, it's fine.
I mean, I'm probably with everybody else inside
Okay.
because I was.
Sounds good.
Canonically, that's where I was.
So
Yeah,
the rest of our
you did
friends
come
are
out.
safe inside.
Correct. It's just
Okay.
you, me, and Albert. And no.
Oh, okay.
No,
Oh,
you
oh,
can't just
sorry.
walk into the nicest hotel with a lizard folk and a gnome.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's not. That's not happening. I will. I'm gonna take everyone in the wagon, and we're gonna go up to like the edge of the Queen's Park, like near the
Okay, so
edge.
going there, you do see the Queen's Palace, which is just a little bit to the east.
Yeah.
There's people kind of looking a little askance at your wagon, like it doesn't really belong there.
Oh.
But it doesn't look like a crime in progress at this exact moment.
Yeah. I want to make it
You're
look like
gonna go.
Oh.
Like there's like a paved path that goes in a
In like a little
figure eight
loop.
pattern around the park.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
then there is more thick, large shrooms towards the back wall.
Yeah. So I'm gonna
It does not have a paved path.
Right. I'm gonna make it look inconspicuous, like we're going around the Spider Palace. If I can see that we're kind of, are we being watched, or are they just kind of like, oh, look at that, and then kind of going about their
You
day?
guys have caused like a lot of weird sights all over the city.
That's
Well, yeah.
fair, but still.
A lot of people are seeing things that look a little suspicious, not immediately cause for alarm, but are pretty weird, and they might tell somebody about it.
Right. Did they see? Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Did they see, or did they like what's the best word? I'm trying to find a way to inconspicuously hop off the trail. So, like, away from the spider palace on, like, the far edge over here. You know what I mean?
Let's draw the park, right? Let's draw. So there at the edge, so there's like the figure eight, right? There's like this thing.
Yeah, there's like a little figure eight.
Tra-la-la. There's ponds in the middle, and then there's like the foresty part more towards the back.
Mm-hmm.
And there is like a little closed off path to the gardener's supply shed.
Ah.
With a little barrier that says "Do not enter."
Oh, okay.
And there doesn't seem to be anybody nearby there this time.
Okay. Yeah, so what I want to do is go into, like, a thicker area where we're probably not being watched or, like... I mean, yeah, being looked at is one thing, but, like, I want to find a spot where I can kind of get the cart into, like, a thicket or somewhere that is not as...
If you want to be out of view of the palace, the mushroom trees are pretty close together.
Yeah.
So you'd have to either just, like, crash it into some trees or maybe just kind of, like, barge into the gardening supply area.
I'll probably...
This isn't easy. I'm not gonna lie. This is not...
No, that's fine.
Easy.
I'm not gonna go too close to the gardeners. I want to kind of get into here. Does that make sense? Like, not necessarily crash it into a tree, but, like, butt it up against a tree.
There.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Park it there.
I'm gonna...
So that it's not... doesn't have direct line of sight. At least they can see the back of the wagon, but they can't really see what you're doing.
Perfect.
From
Once...
the walls.
Yes, that's fine. Once that happens, I'm gonna just let everyone know, like, is there, like, a front entrance, or is there only... or exit, or is there only a back exit? For the people inside the wagon?
Only has a back exit. Only back.
Okay, so I'm gonna start by, like, maybe not on this side, but, like, I want to come around this way. And when I get to about here, so, like, the wagon is facing sideways. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, I want to do that, and then I want to have people get off so that you can't really see what's going on back here. And I'm just going to tell them, get off, hide in the mushrooms for a minute.
Okay.
I'm assuming they're doing that.
Yep.
And I'm going to take another look.
When you say... I think you're talking about all the party members, right?
I'm talking to the people who were in the... excuse me, the people who were in the wagon. So so that's Kiff, Albert, and Torok.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell them hide the mushrooms. I'm gonna take another, like, small quick loop, just like a little do.
Torok comments, these mushrooms are huge. It's so strange here.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is this time I'm gonna do a secondary loop. So I'm gonna go instead of going this way, I'm gonna go this way around the figure eight. So that now the cart is facing this way. It's gonna take a couple minutes. I'm gonna be here probably a little while. Okay. So that now they cannot see what I am doing with the spider.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna depict those walls too.
Yeah, that's fine. The walls are over there. And I'm gonna just, like, butt it up to the trees. And just kind of get off. And be like, okay, spider, get out of here. Get out of here.
His name is Corbett, damn it.
Sorry, Corbett, you must be released. And like, I gotta give Corbett a little, like, little bonk, like go into the forest. I don't know, does this, like, is there, like, a wall here for him to leave?
Why is this turning into Airbud right now?
Goodbye.
Does Airbud get kicked out into a forest?
Yes, he actually does.
It's not a natural golden
Now we need to go watch Airbud.
Well, then he gets found and he becomes
then he gets
the
all
basketball
found. That's why
hero
he becomes a
that he is.
basketball hero. Yeah.
Oh, I'm talking about the end where he's, like, kicking the dog out because he doesn't want the dog to get taken back by the crazy guy.
Oh, well, regardless, this is...
But he finds his way back in the end.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
It's a happy ending.
Spoilers for Airbud.
Sorry. You know,
we all knew there was an Airbud too.
Yeah, that's true. We all know there's Airbud
Aren't
too.
there, like, 5 Airbuds?
There's so many Airbuds.
So just to be clear, is Dromik
Like,
That's not even counting the Air Buddies.
Wait, hold on, what?
Is Dromik slapping the tarantula in the irritating spines?
No, not really slapping him on the butt, just, like, shooing him, like, gently ushering him away, like, you need to leave now.
Let's see if you can roll with animal handling.
Imagine Dromik was like, yes,
You
let
now
me
see-
tell myself on this poison.
Yeah, let me...
You can now see 2 palace guards, like, chatting and pointing at the carriage up on the wall.
I thought you said they couldn't see me. That's very...
You can see the carriage.
Okay.
You can see the carriage, yeah.
God damn it. I'm gonna use my inspiration. I messed up. I'm gonna roll again.
Just like
17. I'm not rolling above 10 on either of these dice.
Delete them.
the spider looks a little confused, but it seems like you've commanded it to walk into the tree, so it does that.
Just
And
like,
it kind of nibbles a few tasty things in.
I'm sorry, friend. And for now, I'm gonna.
Don't worry, it'll come back in Act 4 to go play basketball.
For
It'll be
now,
fine.
what I'm
Doesn't seem
gonna
like
do.
it's in a hurt.
No, that's fine. For now,
is
what I'm gonna
grazing.
do is go by the wagon and like sit by the wheels. And I wanna sit there and make it look like I'm fixing wheels. I wanna start breaking the underneath of it, like the undercarriage. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Yeah. I want to quote unquote repair this wagon and break it into many pieces. I'm gonna say in Draconic, like, you friends should go back to the hotel, see if you can get what's her face safe. Get what's their our
What's-
two buddies. Get them safe.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
two buddies, yeah.
Yes, the two people.
Kiff will say okay, and then hand Dromik a snack stick for the walk back.
Thank you. I'm just
Yes.
gonna tell him because I'm still seamed as an elf, a female elf, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna say keep Torok out of sight.
Will do.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kiff, using his cloak of invisibility and pretty good stealth skills, he would basically tell Albert and Torok, like, hide behind a mushroom for a minute. He would like go a little bit up ahead, scout, and then message Albert to say, okay, come back up to me, and basically just kind of Kiff will be the scouting party.
Albert's
And-
willing to do all this. He's just very nervous. He says, "I really think we should get back to doing normal stuff." You know?
Yes, very soon, but we make sure you're two safe first. Lots of things happened today. Kiff no want anything happen to friends.
Okay, so he's gonna go with you.
I met with Turok as well. Like,
Okay.
yeah. And
What- Yourself is sneaking.
I would say I'm sneaking. Yes.
Go ahead.
Let me roll that stealth. That's a 21.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, you gotta love that that one level in Bard.
Yep.
That helped me a bunch.
Albert's gonna use his gnomish invisibility, and Turok is just like a hunter, so he's pretty good at stealth too. So you guys can sneak with remarkable effectiveness.
Beautiful.
Unfortunately, destroying a wagon with your bare hands. not
I'm
that
fixing it. I'm just like underneath of it basically.
Okay.
It does, yeah. But anyway, it's fine.
Okay, so that's gonna take a while. That's gonna take. I'm gonna say. So you're just trying to like break it apart piece by piece and maybe throw it in the
No,
pond or the
no,
woods?
not even. I'm literally just snapping the axle and being like, well, crap, and then I'm gonna probably just leave it there. Right now, it's illusioned, isn't it?
It is.
It is
Yeah.
still illusion for at least an hour, right?
Right. So right now, I'm just kind of like, crap, the axle's
Okay.
broke. I guess I have to go get tools.
Just
I
like a
will
little
announce
shrug.
loudly, like, everything
You
is
do
broken.
see what appears to be the gardener and a guard coming down, and they just say like, "Hey, you can't do that here. Get that out of here. You can't. This isn't like a dump. This is the Queen's garden."
I'm gonna look over and say, I'm terribly sorry. It looks like the axle is broken. I'm going to do what I can to get it out. My spider has run off. I'm just like, my mistress will be so mad. I am a female currently, but
Okay,
I'm
so
just
the
like,
guard
"Ah."
whose name is
Oh,
going
and I
to be.
am currently a female.
what?
Well, I said you vocalized that too.
Yes,
I am a female.
I am a female.
He's like, this is how they sound.
Yes, yes.
The guard who is a druid named Paula, he says, "Okay, let's get some."
fellow humans, human fellas.
The gardener's kind of hanging back. The palace guard says, "Okay, let's get some information here. So, what is your name and what is your mistress's name? Because there's definitely a fine for this, a big
Oh.
fine."
My mistress's name is Selena, and I am Tara.
All right. He says another. He's gonna try to inspect it. So you broke the axle, right?
Yes, we were walking, and I must have hit a bump or something. It snapped clean in half.
He says, "Okay, why don't you get out of here? I'll call in some extra tarantulas. We're gonna handle this, but go talk to your mistress. We'll get things sorted out here. We'll deal with the rest with her."
Of course, my mistress may be in the bazaar by the time you are finished. She does want to do much shopping while she's here. She's heard many good things about this palace or this city's bazaar. Much good things. You know what I mean?
Well, your mistress must
English
have
well
a
speak,
nice
yes.
city because the queen does not like people dumping crap in her garden. So
Yes, I will let her know, and the mistress, I'm sure, will look for a gift to apologize.
okay, he says to the gardener, he says,
I'm gonna start.
Oscar. The gardener's name is Oscar.
Yeah.
Says you're gonna have to help us get this thing moving again. I can help pull it.
Yeah.
Oscar says, "Should I get the other spiders?" He says, "Yeah, you get the other spiders. I'll deal with this here."
Okay.
Spider
And
pole.
I'm gonna
That is
start-
so
Oh,
badass.
what? And I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry.
start going my way if that's what they told me to do, right?
Yeah, they told you to get lost.
Yeah. I said thank you. We're looking for a gift to say we're sorry. This is what
And you
their
were
name is.
disguised as an adult elf female the whole time.
Correct. A drow female.
Okay.
Yes.
And doing the Mr. Bean walk with intent on the
Yes.
way.
Yes. Exactly. Like.
You guys have given the official inspectors so many interesting clues.
We
Oh,
have
what's-
given her.
what's
I
going
have
on?
given a name. I shouldn't have given, but I didn't know what other name to give, so it's fine.
Literally any other name.
Selena's
Dromik
not real.
is. I know Selena's not real, but still,
Not
Dromik.
real.
I know it's
We'll have to leave here.
Yes.
It's a
Yeah.
nightmare.
The name is gonna be. Yeah. It's fine.
I'm waiting for the
Okay, I have
wanted,
thoughts.
mysterious dance trickster posters to
Yes,
pop up all
yeah.
around town.
Oh, there's gotta be posters.
I'm assuming. Can we sneak our way back to this area or what?
Yes. You guys are all really good at sneaking generally. So yes.
Okay. I'm gonna maybe do you want me to just go in and let everyone know since I still am a drow female? I'm allowed to be on my own.
You just
Oh,
come barreling around.
No, I'm not gonna come past the stable. I'm gonna go through this way. I want to go around. I don't want to get I don't want the stable boy to see me.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the point.
The three of us can loiter. Yeah.
And I'm gonna come back in and say hello. I'm with matriarch, whatever her name is, Selena. Can you please show me to the suite?
The housekeeping boy will do that.
Yep, cool. Okay. I'm gonna.
Okay, so I'm gonna say by the time everybody gets done with that stuff and gets back, it's gonna be at least 5:20 p.m.
Yeah, we're late.
Yeah.
We're late.
So while we were waiting for Dromik and Co to come back, I sent a sending to
Yes,
Tyra.
our girl.
Is that her name?
Yes,
to let
Tyra.
her know we're running
Ira
late.
Merbanks, the lawyer.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Not
Lawyer
Tyra Banks,
extraordinaire.
Tyra Banks. That we're running a little late, but we're gonna be there as soon as possible.
She says, "Yes, the duel master seems to be in a very bad mood today."
Oh, great.
Somebody say.
She says,
Great.
"But
Monsters?
good news is I've reviewed the dueling terms that you were served, and I've noted a bunch of different loopholes and alternative options we can pursue."
Perfect. Did you have a chance to look at since we're running late? Oh, no, wait. Sending too short. Never mind. I'll talk to her in person.
Okay.
When I come into the room, I'm just gonna say, we're going to need to change the name from Selena to something else.
Oh, boy. All right.
The cart was much more obvious than I anticipated. It's still sitting out over by the
Okay.
the park.
We-
The spider has been told to leave. I don't know if he will.
I love Dromik.
That's all I have to say. It's
I'm
just
looking bad.
imagining-
rubbing her temples,
But you guys ever see that video of that draft horse pull that car out of a ditch?
Yes, it's incredible.
I'm just imagining like that, but spiders.
Well, it's a drider, so it's a spider.
Well, no, they're
spiders.
bringing extra spiders in.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
they're
that's
bringing
true. They
extra
did
spiders
bring
in,
more
yeah.
spiders.
Yeah, they're bringing
the
the
spiders.
heavy duty spiders.
Yes, they're bringing
Yeah.
the big boy spiders.
Emphasis
but yeah,
on the duty.
yes.
The diesel spiders.
the diesel spiders.
Diesel spiders.
Yes.
I made a diesel spider.
Okay.
When I see Maggie rub her temples, I'm just gonna say, I'm sorry, I did my best.
Okay. I need to go and sign the duels. We need to take care of that. After that, I can perhaps think of a place to move Lord Thanor and company to. However, presume it's going
He
to
says
take some
he puts in.
time.
He says, "I'm sure they've put a couple guards out in front of my house, and now that they've probably figured out there's some illusions going on."
Yes, indeed. Definitely. They've figured out the illusions, and I'm sure that obviously we can't go back to your house. You have a wand. Can you at least hide yourself in this room for the next hour and a half, 2 hours?
He says, "I do. As luck would have it, I do have a scroll of the spell Demiplane for just such emergencies."
Oh, well, look at that.
That is very,
Never
very
leave home without it.
convenient.
Absolutely.
Indeed. Well, I think...
Wallet, car keys, scroll.
Hold on. What is scroll? What does that do exactly?
It's the
He
P.
says, "Well,
So I know.
Oh, go
it's
ahead.
kind of like rope trick. It's a little bit better than rope trick.
It's PKWS.
As you-
Wallet, keys, phone, scroll.
Actually,
Yeah.
wait. I have a thing. But I don't
Okay, so
have
basically, it
time.
creates a special safe space.
Okay.
The door, the duration, as he unreads it, and he says he was trained in magic a long time ago, so he's not necessarily an expert on this spell. It's a little bit beyond him.
Yeah.
But as he understands it, the door lasts for an hour, but you can stay there longer than an hour. It's just rather boring in there.
Okay. Well, as long as you can stay in there for the duration, just so we can get these dual rules figured out, and then I can think of perhaps a place to transport you to. The point is, we can't have you be spotted in this room because it seems like they're about to come in here with after figuring out that the cart is really a police transport, and the name associated is also.
Yes, he says, I thank you, although I wish it could have been a bit of a cleaner operation, I suppose, but I understand it. I do thank you.
We
The charges were
all-
false, I assure you.
I could not think of another name.
We all wish it's all right.
I could not do it.
And inside, Maggie's like, it's not all right, but it's okay.
I could only think of my
Golly.
own name. They asked me my name and I was scared.
No, it's
You can see the police lights flashing in the park.
In the
okay.
park?
I'm to leave.
All right.
Oh.
We must be on our way right now, so please go into the demi-plane. Everyone else, we're going to the Duel Master, except for... What are we going to do with Tarek and Albert?
Well, they're fine. They
I think they should stay in the demi-plane.
could
As a matter of
demi-plane.
fact, I think this is a good exercise for him and Fëanor to get some acquaintance and perhaps learn from each other.
Oh, some drow
Yes.
LizardFolk relations.
Yeah.
Okay. So how can we canonically say that somebody came down, picked the three of us up, and
Yeah, I would assume like somebody could get them in.
Well, it
But-
wasn't me, because I will never go and
That
collect
would
my
probably
own
be
servants.
Yllaxis.
I would go.
Yeah.
I would go.
My
And I would
steward.
This
My
way,
steward will take
servants.
care of it.
And
do it.
just
Do it.
gonna note this right now. It might be in
Stewardess.
our best interest if Maggie changes the seeming on everybody as soon as we leave. Do something completely
yes.
different.
Oh,
I-
110%.
Every time we turn corners, I am like...
It's
fine.
like
I'm
it's like
really-
seeming roulette. Who knows what you're gonna look
Yeah,
like next?
You just you
Also-
change it a little bit over time until you're a completely different person.
Exactly.
Also, when you called for me, I was walking out towards the main area, and I heard your voice, and I said, "Yes, Madam Sabrina, I will get that for you," very loudly. Sabrina.
Sabrina.
Who
Okay.
said Selena on the just like start yelling Sabrina and that will be our new name.
You must have had the wrong name on file. Everyone is trying to take my appearance. Because I
This is
do
exactly what
this
happened the last time to you. I am terribly, terribly sorry.
Another hotel I can never stay at ever again.
I've said it before and I'll
He
say it
has
again.
lots of money
Nothing good
to
happens in the
spend,
Underdark.
too.
Anyway, so all of that fun stuff aside, can we say that everyone else was rotten and demi-planed, and now we are on our way to the Duel Master? And yes, as we are going,
Hey, did you want Albert to go in there too?
Yes, why not?
He says, "Okay, just promise you're not gonna forget about us." No, I've heard people starve to death in demi-planes all the time.
We're not going to forget about you.
Kiff will give, he's got, let's see here, he's got, at least 4 snack sticks. I'd be more than happy to give them to the folks.
Okay. As you look in there, it's just kind of this featureless room with just a matte walls. And one of
They
the
can
boys is
talk
saying,
to each
"Dude,
other,
where's the
they're fine."
toilet in here?" And yeah.
Kiff will also give them his inkpot, feather pen, and scrap paper, and say, Kiff learned on trail one day from LizardFolk. Very fun game called charades. Person pick word and have to say word, but not say word with mouth, but with body. Very fun. Here, you try. I'll just hand them like the pen and paper.
They all look kind of confused and exhausted. They're like, "Okay."
Side note for Maggie, what level spells do you have at this point?
Up to 7.
Do you have Magnificent Mansion by any chance?
I have Lehman's Tiny Hut, which I am intending to cast wherever we sleep tonight.
Well, if you can get Magnificent Mansion, at least we have a invisible mansion to go sleep in.
Well, that would be nice, but
Well, we don't
she
have
doesn't.
that.
You know, if I had infinite time,
If
to
you
It's
were,
also
if
like
all
only
of
you
the
were a
spells-
24 hours, I'm
druid,
just saying.
if only you were a druid
if
who
only
could just learn spells, but
just
you're
I'd
not.
do all of them. But
Right.
alas,
I'm
the
teasing you.
trade-off for wizards. Yes, but I do have Lehman's Tiny Hut, so
Okay.
up to 9 creatures of medium size can squeeze into a little dome of a 10-foot radius, and then things cannot get in.
On the
And
side.
you're
I
also
mean,
invisible.
They can get in by
Aside-
digging, according to Jeremy Crawford, or they could just cast Dispel Magic. But yeah,
Digging.
Yeah, but it's also invisible to
Oh, by
anyone
like
looking around.
digging underneath and then up.
or by just casting Dispel Magic.
Well, yeah.
Okay,
Which is
so
why
just,
we need a
I mean,
mansion.
at that point, that could dispel magic could almost get through almost anything, but not Force Cage. Anyway,
okay, just to be clear, did you guys shut the door in the dig plane so they're locked in there?
I'm.
Well,
letting
we're the
them
ones to
be
open.
in
So,
charge.
so wait, how does the demi-plane work exactly? Is
I'll
there
explain it
only
again.
an
According to my
outward-facing door?
interpretation, it has a door that is visible when it's open in the material plane. In the demi-plane, it's always visible for an hour, but then it disappears after an hour, and you're stuck there. So it's often used as a way to like a fuck you to you people.
Okay.
But if you cast it again, then you can access, since you know the code that it created, you can access the same one from another place, as long as you know that code,
Okay. I
which
don't
he
think.
would give to you.
Yeah, I don't think any of us have
None of
that
us
spell.
have. We don't. It's an 8th level spell. and
Oh,
we
none
don't
of us can
have-
even cast 8th level spells.
Yeah.
Yes.
So-
So do you want to like change the plan? Are you going to just say actually no, or
Well,
I mean, they'll have to do that and stay behind like a curtain or something with the door cracked open because we don't have time. There's really
So
nothing
I have
else
I have a dumb
unless
idea.
you have an idea. Go for it.
So, open the bathroom door, close the bathroom door, open the demiplane door on the back side of the bathroom door.
This
They
sounds
go
like
in, we crack the bathroom door, or crack the demiplane door, leave it cracked, but then open the bathroom door up so the interior side of the bathroom door is up against the wall.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
they would
So
have
it's
to like
behind the
they would have
bathroom
to
door.
go into the bathroom and then
Close
like
the door and
close
stay
the
in
door
there.
and yeah.
Yeah, to see it.
Great.
Yeah, we can
Oh,
even
okay.
hang we'll hang a robe like off the side of the door, like the edge of the door, the top edge of the door, so it's like obscuring the crack, if you will.
Okay, so that's fine. I just want to make sure you understand that after an hour, the door will disappear and they'll be stuck there.
The
until
demiplane door is open though. You said it won't
you said
disappear.
From the inside, it'll be
during
inaccessible.
the
but we
duration.
can
Yeah.
Still.
At the end of the duration,
wait, regardless
there
of
and
if
they're
the
trapped.
door's open or closed, it will just disappear.
It will disappear regardless of whether it's open or closed.
Oh, so why are we even doing this? Just close the door. And tell them to open it up in an hour. Like, they know how to keep time, right? They're not idiots. They're not gonna wait for 2 hours and be like, too bad the door's gone, right? They're not that stupid. Just open the door after an hour if we're not back, right?
Yeah, I think we
Okay, all right.
misunderstood that the door needed to be open on the outside. But
Yeah,
if
we
it's
thought if the
going
door was
to
open on the
disappear
outside.
in an hour, there's
Regardless, yeah.
really nothing we can do.
Right, we thought if the door was open to the plane, it wouldn't disappear. But if that is not the correct way.
Lord Thanner says, "Oh, I'm sorry, Maggie. Perhaps I overestimated. It's fine. Yeah, we'll be out within the hour if you're not back.
Good.
I'll do what I can to keep these boys safe from the unfair accusations."
Okay.
Okay, so as we leave, I will very snooty say to the receptionist or whatever staff person, my chambers are not to be disturbed in my absence. I will know if something important is missing.
She said, "Was your name
Sabrina,
Sabrina?"
Sabrina. Can you not spell? Just like the
So-
last place. Indeed.
She's saying, "Okay," and then you see a person in police uniform come in and say, "Hey, is there Serena staying here tonight? Someone, a lady?"
We're leaving.
And the
We are Sabrina with a B.
Serena, well, she
Okay.
wasn't even written down as Serena. She was written down as Selena. So they said Serena. They don't have anyone under that name. Just saying.
No
There's
one
R
under that
and an
name.
L and a B. They're all different.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta love it.
It's like whisper down the lane with this name.
Exactly.
Let's see what it becomes.
Also, as that's happening, we're going to quickly take our leave.
I'm just gonna run to the restroom. Kiff is
Go
not
right
going to
ahead.
do anything stupid.
Yeah,
I will say that.
they would never do anything stupid. Yeah.
No, never.
I'm also putting my veil up like under the seaming, just in case. I don't
Okay.
want
I'm
my
pulling-
face to be seen.
Pulling Maggie, and I'm saying something along the lines of, "This is just like the last time, too."
It is so hard to find competent places these days.
Well, you're gonna spend all your money now. if
My
there's no
word, I'll never be able to leave again and visit my relatives out in the blah 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 blah. We're just like big mumbling.
Yes.
And as soon as we are like
Chatting
outside
when you
and
leave.
around a corner, I'm changing the
seaming.
the features. Yes,
Yeah, everyone is getting
So-
new faces.
not yeah, basically.
Okay.
Not things that are glaringly, red flags. We're changing things, and we are hurrying to the place that we were supposed to be like an hour ago. So,
Which is the dual master's office, right?
yes.
Okay. As you go, just for flavor, you do see all the police spiders crowded around the abandoned paddy wagon, and they're all investigating for clues for the handprints.
Who would do such a thing? I swear this city gets. Oh wait, no, I forgot. I'm not Snooty Lady anymore. I take that back.
Okay.
Yep.
Does
So you're going to
seeming
Duel Master.
question? Does
I know,
seeming change your hands? Is this a illusion, or is this they will find dragon or lizard folk handprints?
It's
Because
an
if they
illusion.
okay, then they'll find lizard folk handprints. Good for them. They're gonna be like, lizard folk did this.
She'll
Perfect.
be incensed. The queen will be like, the white
exact-
lizard folk.
It says the
Exactly.
changes of seeming fail to hold up to physical inspection.
Right.
Yep,
So
it's
you
an
can
illusion.
see
So-
lizard folk handprints. Okay.
Or if you shake someone's hand, they'll feel the claws.
Right. They'll feel claws,
Or
but that's
scales
fine.
Or whatever.
So, like before, for doing identity shift, Kiff will he'll stay a kobold. He'll be the token slave, lizard. But he will
It must be kind of like humiliating or frustrating to have to play that.
Kiff no have to play part.
When you've when you've spent enough time with your current group of friends and you're used to face changing and identity changing,
Yeah.
it probably
Kiff
gets
no-
a lot less brutal.
Kiff
Yeah.
friends mean well. Kiff, especially with Kiff having his new sort of inspiration towards the bardic arts, he thinks of it almost like acting.
Bardic arts or Barts.
Yes,
Sounds good.
the bards.
Haha.
So if we're doing new identity type stuff, yeah, Kiff will stay the token kobold slave, but he will be a yellow kobold with a kind of a little stumpy snoot as opposed to his longer snoot.
A yellow bulb.
Yeah,
So you go to the council
a
hall district.
bumblebulb.
You see, the hall of the council. You see the police station where people are being issued goggles for seeing through illusions. And you see the Duel Master's House, which is a small but very nicely decorated building, guarded by a couple sleepy-looking golems.
Is Tyra
you-
outside?
The building looks like it's about 3 floors. It's a rather small building, but it's about 3 floors. Let's see here. You want to know if Tyra is outside?
Yeah. Did she say
You
where
do not see anyone outside.
she's meeting us? Oh no. Okay.
You just see the golems. Who's Tyra? Alright. Let me know if you want to just waltz inside or do scans.
Yes,
I do
will-
4/4 time.
Yes.
Got it.
We will announce our presence to the golems. Like, hello. We are here to meet the Duel Master.
Maggie,
Yes, it
proceed.
is I. Thank you, and my companions may come as well. Yes.
Enter.
Wonderful. Thank you.
And they open the door for you, and you are allowed inside. There,
Great.
you see,
All of us or just Maggie?
We
they
were
let you all
allowed.
inside.
Well, would you look at that? Where the heck are we? Oh, there we are. Okay.
And I will, I'm not gonna like dispel seeming, but I'm basically going to, I think,
Make us seem as basically ourselves.
yeah. I'm putting the,
Casually, right as you walk in, so they don't notice anything, right?
yep,
Yeah, of course.
because I can do that. as
Including
an illusion
Altair.
wizard. Yeah. But also, I mean, we don't want to draw too much attention to ourselves. That would be bad.
Not with a giant fluffy horse thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, if we just walked around as ourselves, it would
Right.
cause a ruckus. We wouldn't want to cause chaos in the streets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Us, never.
So,
We've never done that.
Discretion is all of our collective middle name.
Haha.
The guy behind the desk, who seems like he's probably the man of the office, says, "Ah, you're finally here." Tyra says, I assured you they would be late." There's
I'm
another guy in the
so
other chair who sighs as well.
very sorry we were just stopped constantly many places, and it has been a very tiring, journey. Harrowing journey. Thank you so much for waiting for us. Dual Master.
Yes, I am Duel Master Xavier. You must be Maggie the Great and her minions.
Well, I never call myself the Great, but I do go by Maggie, yes.
The other guy in the other chair, who is a charming man, dressed well, says, "Oh, you you certainly live up to the tales of your beauty."
Well, I
And
give him a
Tyra
wink.
says, Don't talk to him. Don't talk to him. Don't say anything."
Oh.
Xavier says, "Okay, I understand your day has been quite strange." He says, "I have had one of the worst days. Can we please just get down to business? Let's start with the time." And Tyra says, actually, I think we just start with." He says, "No, let's agree on a time and we'll go forward from there."
Well, before a time, do we have a location? Because we need to know how far we need to go.
Bennett Cole says, "Well, I mean," he says, "I'm sorry. My name is Bennett Cole. I understand you might not want to speak with me. I do represent Queen in these matters. I don't really know why, as I am a male, and she certainly abhors males, but she has chosen me." He says, "We propose that the duel be held within the plaza of the Temple of Law. We think this is quite appropriate, considering that Maggie is a famed foreign wizard, and so is our queen. And if we are to see her pyrotechnics, we want it to be an easily accessible place for all the good citizens to see." A young boy comes down, gives a cup of coffee to Javier, and then he goes back upstairs.
If longingly looks at the cup of coffee.
And so anyway, Tyra's going to start disputing this. This guy's going to argue. Do you guys want to comment anything here or tell Tyra what you'd like her to argue for or anything like that?
While they're arguing, can we briefly discuss out of character, because maybe we would have talked about it on the way here or not. I don't know. Since we were hurrying, but there's still at least I'd say like 2 big things that we have to do before the duel, which is, well, I think before the duel, one is the white lizard folk, and the other one is probably that metal sphere thing. Did we want to set the duel for the day after tomorrow?
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. Because I feel like we need a
Oh,
full
you can't hear me. I
day.
said at least a couple days from now, yeah.
Okay. Maybe the day after tomorrow at like 7 p.m. or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that works. I don't know, something like that.
Or... Okay. I don't... As me, player, Elena, I don't know enough about, like, the Temple of Lolth to... I think I probably leave that to Tyra to advocate for a place that is beneficial for us. But in terms of time, I'd say day after tomorrow at, like, late evening. Like 7, 8 p.m. probably. Hopefully.
So for the timing, it seems like Bennett's trying to get it to happen tonight at midnight. And
Absolutely not.
okay, so Tyra's gonna argue, and then they're gonna come to she's gonna say, okay, he's offering tomorrow night at midnight. Do you want to take that, or should I keep pushing it? And meanwhile, Javier, he's just sitting there, he's just gazing out into space, and a single tear is falling down his cheek as though he's not really paying attention to this. He looks quite
Javier,
sad.
are you okay?
He says, "It's nothing. Please, we need to get to an agreement. We need to agree on this. My personal matters are none of your concern."
Oh, but I find it so hard to focus when you seem so upset. Call it my grandmotherly tendencies. Are you sure you're quite all right?
He says he takes a big sigh. It looks like he kind of roll insight for me, please.
Sure.
It seems like he has got a lot on his mind, for sure. And he clearly looks like he wishes he had someone to talk about, but he just kind of met you.
No! This dice
No?
betrayed me. It was a natural one.
Can we all just agree that tonight?
Do you,
Tonight the dice.
Should I use inspiration? Should I?
it might.
If you have it, I mean.
Personally, I would, because I don't know, I just feel like this man's important,
Yeah.
and maybe finding some backstory out about
Okay,
him.
much better. That is, I think that's a 16. It is a 16. I used inspiration.
Okay, it looks like he wants to tell someone, but he feels like he has no one to talk to. And he just met you. He's not your best friend, you know? Who wants to tell what they're crying about to just a stranger when they're like a 50-year-old? Well, 50 and elf years. Yeah.
I understand this quite a lot, and I'm sure, who am I? I'm just an old woman with many experiences above the surface, but, sometimes it's helpful to talk to someone who's a bit of an outsider to get the outside perspective. The less I know about you and your background, the less I can judge. So I'm definitely here if you'd like to share anything. But Tyra, for the duel, I really must insist the day after tomorrow in the evening.
So she brings up some huge books. She says, 500 years ago in the great duel of the Grand Poobah, they set the date, blah, blah, blah.
I'm just gonna go over while they're debating and be like, Javier, there's nothing you want to talk about. While they're debating.
He looks you up and down, and he sighs, and Jerome comes by, just kind of sweeping the floor and emptying the wastebasket.
Dromik sees what?
I'm just gonna
not Dromik.
Oh, okay.
Jerome.
I'm sorry, you cut out slightly.
He says, Jerome, perhaps you could show Maggie to the magic tea machine.
That won't be necessary. Jerome, why don't you get yourself something there?
They exchange glances, and then
Maggie.
Javier waves at Drum, and Drum skitters back up the stairs.
Maggie, you had said my name. I apologize.
Oh,
I didn't hear
no,
what you
I
said.
was just making sure you were within, 5-10 feet of me, just in case. So I am, as I walked, I just tugged on your sleeve. Or your arm, or whatever.
So are you trying to talk to Javier while the other people are arguing?
They're arguing, I'm listening, but I'm also, Tyra's lawyering it up. So, while we're kind of, sitting at the table watching them, I'm just leaning over, if you want to talk, I'm here. While this nonsense is going on, because, you see, it seems like you have a lot on your plate. I'm, half listening to the debates. I'm paying Tyra, so.
Okay, he's gonna try to insight check you.
Yeah.
Because he didn't hear you're this wonderful, sympathetic, mother goddess type. He heard you're this cold, cunning, city exploding, crazy witch. So he's gonna try to insight check you.
What about the baby?
Well, I mean,
that one just hasn't gotten down here yet.
Yeah.
It comes with the territory.
He says,
What am I rolling?
Have you ever lost a friend? Has a friend ever turned away from you with a face like stone? A friend you've known for hundreds of years.
So my face kind of falls a little bit, and I say, well, I don't know about hundreds of years, but I have lost friends to death and other circumstances.
And it says loudly, okay. The day after tomorrow, 9 a.m. Final offer, Queen has no time for some more shenanigans. And Tyra is just kind of elbowing you, and she's just.
What did she say? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Bennett Cole, the Queen's lawyer.
No, I heard that. I didn't hear what Tyra said. Because I think
Tyra is elbowing you, and she says, I think you should take this off.
Day after tomorrow, 9 a.m.
Yes.
Fine, I guess.
That's
okay with
not
everyone.
that bad.
Yep.
I
Alright,
mean, and
cool.
so
Is
because we don't want to drag it out too long, because God forbid what happens if
Exactly.
we drag it
But
out
like,
too
I
long.
feel like we'll need at least one long rest after whatever happens tomorrow. So, yes. Okay, fine. Day
Okay,
after
and then-
tomorrow, 9 a.m.
Okay. Then they're going to keep arguing about the place, and they're each going to roll some rolls for that. Do you want to keep talking to Javier?
What are they arguing about? Place?
The place. Tyra's going to try to cite some precedent to. Where did I put the map?
Over here.
To propose that it be held on the shore of the lake in front of the temple instead of actually in the temple plaza.
Oh, it's like the southern side of Lake Fishmere.
Yes. She's saying, Maggie doesn't know who the fuck a wolf is. She doesn't care about spiders. She just was summoned here, to show her off her tricks, her magic tricks, this little show for people, blah, blah, blah. And Beth's saying, no, this is the holy ritual. This is the core of our culture. Hold it at the center of our cultural enclave. So they're arguing about that.
Yeah, so while they're arguing, because there's not a whole lot I can say, I'm trying to get to Javier's heart and soul.
Okay.
So yes, I'm still talking to him.
So do you want to just summarize it rather than say something specific?
What I had just said about I've lost friends both to death and other circumstances. So yes, I do understand how he's feeling.
He sighs. This is yes. Says, days without friends. Says, difficult days.
Indeed they are. It sounds like you might be having some friend trouble.
This isn't the time to talk about it. I'm a professional. I've earned my station. I've had a long life. Let's get this duel agreed upon, shall we?
Indeed, of course, yes. If you feel up to it. But if you need to take a break, we fully understand.
So, you hear Bennett saying, all right, fine, we'll do it in front of the temple. Okay, we'll have barricades set up. We'll have plenty of the police, keeping people away. There'll be plenty of space. It'll be on the shores of Lake Fishmere, southern shores of Lake Fishmere, in front of the temple. And that's my final offer, he says.
Get Tyra.
Tyra nods. She pats you on the back. She says, we got this.
Okay, cool. Great. Place is decided upon.
Is anybody else doing anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna join Maggie and just sort of pull on her and say, come now, Maggie. It's clear the man doesn't want to talk about it, even though he probably should.
Well, I can't help it. I mean, I think of my own, I think of Nero and everything he's been through, and if more people had been there for him, perhaps he wouldn't be in this situation. It just makes me so... I can't bear it. But you're right, no one should be forced to talk about things.
Jerome appears at the top of the stairs, and he's Dromik. Is Dromik here? Dromik notices him winking and waving to Dromik.
Waving at me?
Kind of like a come here gesture.
Like a come hither? Except
hope
a little
come
less,
hither.
Except maybe slightly less sexual than
Someone should be having fun.
that. Oh no.
He's gonna go over. He's gonna give a cup of mothwing tea to Dromik. He says, and he's gonna whisper, "Upstairs."
What did he say? Upstairs?
Come upstairs. Yeah.
Come upstairs?
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Fucking man.
I'm gonna look at Kiff and just kind of whisper in Draconic, like, I'm going to see what's going on up there.
Okay. So people have
what?
said, okay,
Unless you want to, I'm just letting Kiff know so that if he does want to whap on his cloak and follow me, he can, but he doesn't have to. I'm gonna dismiss myself and say thank you and whatnot.
Kiff will say, I'll check on you to make sure you're okay.
Yep. That.
Okay, so anyway, Bennett's gonna move on and says, okay, so now we'll talk about vassals, champions, cheerleader squads, bards, standard terms, right? Right, old Javier? And Javier says, God, just get this over with. Yes, standard terms. And Tara says, no, you can't do the standard terms. This isn't standard at all. You can't. No. And she seems kind of alarmed.
Who is alarmed? Our lawyer is?
Tyra is alarmed that Javier, like, there's a lot of NPCs here. She's alarmed that he's agreeing to the standard terms about who who the supporting staff of the duelist is allowed to be.
Which I would say, if any of the time there was a time to have friends, it would be in your darkest moment, like a duel.
He says darkest moment. He says there's pointless duels every day. 2 to 3 of them even.
Perhaps, but for those forced to participate, it doesn't feel useless when there's so much on the line. People on the line.
He says, "Oh, believe me, I've heard the sob stories. Everybody wants special terms, special conditions. Sometimes life is just difficult." He says, "Sometimes life just..." And he sheds another single tear. And he says, "Sometimes life just sucks, and this is the culture. This is our rules." And Bennett sighs and says, "Yes, I agree. We have a culture. We must uphold it. That is the meaning. Then we can be proud of our culture and our lives." And Bennett pats him on the back.
I'm gonna take out a little handkerchief and just hand it to Javier.
He takes it and he kind of wipes it and he blows his nose.
You can keep it.
Biff will just look very quickly, and then twiddle his hands, and then prestidigitation the hanky clean.
Okay. Tyra whispers to Maggie and Kiff, "This is bad. If he agrees to the standard terms, the Queen's going to be summoning all kinds of demons, and you won't be able to have any friends at all. This isn't going to be good."
It's just that... I don't know. You're saying that there's pointless duels every day. Why would you want the conformity of it all?
Just because I
Isn't
don't
it
have
that-
time for this. I have personal business I must attend to. Let's get this agreed and move on. Just forget the support staff agreement. Let's move on to the next topic. Okay, so can we talk about Dromik now?
Do we want to do that and then have Dromik do the thing, and then we'll come back to the actual discussion of terms next time? That way
Shit,
you
it's
have...
10:53.
Yeah.
This flew by.
That's what I was
Also,
gonna say. It's
I'm-
just about
yeah.
11 o'clock.
Also, I'm not gonna be here
Oh,
next
shit.
Wednesday.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not gonna be here next Wednesday. That's important.
Sorry, I would have mentioned it earlier. I thought that we were doing this first thing in the game.
That's
so.
okay.
Well, you didn't have to fuck with the whole police situation.
We didn't,
That's
but
fair.
we did. It happened. What do you want to do? Because I'm happy to save Dromik for next time. If you want to do that, because it seems like we have a day or so to that we have to do other stuff. But tell me.
And I think there's no rush on this stuff, Jim.
On the
I'm
terms.
wondering if this is a thing where we can kind of do what we did last week for Yllaxis, and maybe the date and time at least is set. If
Yeah, it's
maybe
the place and time are
if
set.
we say a certain time is taken for rules to be determined, and people do other things, and then we come back and say what those rules determined were.
Yeah, that works for me.
You guys
Whatever you
There's
want.
there's other side quests we're gonna do.
Okay.
Yeah, we have a big side quest.
Yeah,
to
we
do.
have stuff
Yeah,
to do.
there's-
It's
We
not
have
that
the
we
hunt.
stuff.
Yes.
The hunt for Binti.
We have a couple of side quests to do. No, yeah, I'm not too worried about next week. I'm just saying, in
Couple
general.
side quests.
Which,
It's-
by the
yeah.
way, I have added to the wiki.
Ooh.
Good.
I love
I'm,
that.
I'm very
Our
excited.
growing
about that.
laundry list of side quests.
It'll be fine. Then do you want to do Dromik's thing? Do we want to start with that next time?
I
Whatever you-
think we should just talk with Dromik very briefly now.
Sure, that's
Yeah.
fine with me.
Right.
Okay, so Jerome is going to say, all right, as soon as he gets safely upstairs,
Yeah.
he's going to say, all right, dude, he's just... Javier's, it's his best friend, like, in the whole world. It's a dwarf named Tyler Gornham, and he meets him, at the same time every month, because, they hang out, they go to Dwarf Town, they get some drinks and stuff, and Tyler they had some kind of argument, and he's been just crying ever since. I don't know what happened, but you gotta get that dwarf to come around. I mean, I think you would be so grateful.
Remind me of the name, Tyler.
I'll write it down.
Wonderful. And where did you say he resides?
He only comes in. He's a quartermaster for Gordon's Forge.
Okay.
He comes in to get supplies. He sells some gems. Usually he buys some wands and stuff. He takes it back to Gordon's Forge. He's a trader.
Okay.
So you can probably find him either in Dwarf Town or like in the Expo Quarter. He likes the bar, the LizardFolk.
Okay. I just I'm gonna say thank you for the information, but let me ask you, why are you helping him?
Well, I like my boss. He's a nice guy. I mean, and I heard about you guys. You guys are really cool. Like, I want to see this duel.
Just to
There.
make sure, I'm gonna insight check him. I'm not mistrusting. I need to make sure because there's been a lot that's happened today. I had to lie, and lying's hard. Wow. Enough. 27.
27.
Yeah, I rolled a 17. It's the one good roll I had all night.
Jerome seems genuine. He
Okay.
doesn't look like he's good at fighting or anything like that. He's like
Well,
just
that's
like a. I don't know.
Yeah,
Perception.
I just wanted to make sure he was being completely genuine. All right. We'll look into this man and we'll see what we can do to help him out. Do you think that if we help him out and get his friend to talk with him and be merry again, do you think he'll be a little more lenient when it comes to rules?
I think so. He says, I think having him on your side is a good thing.
I would agree with that. And we are here to help people. More than that, but that is something that we do tend to do when we go places. So we will look into it. I'll let both Maggie and Yllaxis and my group know. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
That's like it. That's all I got. I'm gonna ask him. This tea. I was given some previously and never got to try it. It's not going to make me hallucinate, correct?
No, he says it's pretty basic mothwing tea. I mean, it might make you a little jittery, but that's about it.
I've never had mothwing tea. But
It's
I
a little bitter because it has moth wings in it.
right,
but
the moth does.
It's nothing too unusual. Nothing different from what you have in the service with all your ingredients and things.
Yes. I will take a sip of it. I have wanted to try it. I was offered some before and I never got to try it, so I'm gonna try it. It's probably a little bitter, like black tea.
It
but-
is bitter.
Yeah.
It makes you feel both soothed and uplifted.
Oh,
That sounds like a good tea.
this is quite
Yeah.
nice.
Nice.
I'm
Emo
glad
sec.
I got to try some of this. Thank you. I couldn't bring myself to drink the other tea that we were given because it was given to us by someone who was less
By a
than
real
trustworthy.
shady bitch.
Yeah, less
Oh,
than
sorry, you're
trustworthy.
talking in character.
Yes, I mean yes, but like someone who was less than trustworthy. But
So
I'm
Tyra is saying the standard support set terms is bad. I mean, like anyone who can summon fiends can do it. But no one is allowed. Musicians.
I'm gonna like walk back down the stairs after thanking Jerome, sipping on my tea, and I'm gonna if Yllaxis is talking, I'm not gonna like immediately interrupt her, but I am going to in Draconic like tell her like what I've heard and whatnot in Draconic though, and not like, hey everybody, guess what? Like I'll whisper it.
These other guys don't know dragons.
Right, that's what I figured. I just don't want to be like
Yes.
obnoxious.
He's signing some papers. And he says, "Okay, moving on. Permitted magic items:
Hold on, hold on. The
We didn't agree.
yeah, we didn't agree to the cheering squad and the limitless supporters. I mean, that seems
Javier is
quite
saying
biased.
you must forgive me. I'm a very busy man. I do not have a lot of time today. There are many matters at hand. This is not my only responsibility.
I
Very
understand.
slowly walk up to him.
And he's just kind of
And-
wiping his eyes again with his sleeve.
As I stand next to him, facing him, my back turned to everyone else, except for possibly whoever's on the stairs, I say to him, "I know about your friend, Tyler, and it's okay."
He says, "Excuse me, I need to speak with Jerome. Excuse me, just a minute." And he's just going to stop and he's going to say, "Jerome."
Well, since Javier's not here, I don't think we can agree on the
Bennett looks
cheering squad
he
just
makes a
yet.
big raspberry noise. He says, "Oh, it's just that Javier's really temperamental, isn't it?" Iris says, "I believe we should adjourn and we should meet again. Perhaps at a more convenient time. Don't you agree, Meg?"
I think it is clear that Javier has, Dual Master Javier has quite a bit on his mind.
He comes
We
back
would
down to
hate to
Jerome.
keep him here.
He says, "Okay, I'm sorry. Where were we? Oh yes, the standard magic items."
Dual Master Javier, Tyra brought up a very good point, which is that you seem, as you said, very busy to be in quite a state. We've already determined that the duel will not take place until 9 a.m. the day after tomorrow. Perhaps we can adjourn, give you some time to deal with whatever it is that is clearly very important to you, and we can come back.
He looks almost relieved. You can see like the joy of canceling plans flash on his face.
Oh, I know that
I
face.
understand that feeling.
All of us are like, ah, yes, that face.
Ah, yes, that face of the things.
Bennett says there's no precedent for changing the rules with less than a day in advance. We have to get this stuff agreed.
What? You wanted to set it for tomorrow? I find it very hard to believe. That
Well,
was
he
just
says
about
you
5-10
guys-
minutes ago.
He says we have to get this nailed down. I mean, you weren't prepared for the deal, right? You can't prepare if you don't know what's allowed and what isn't allowed.
I suppose, but we can at least give Dual Master Javier a few hours to, we can adjourn when it is perhaps more convenient for him. Yeah, I would think a man of the law such as yourself would be a little more mindful of the Dual Master. But you did call him temperamental when he was upstairs. So.
Yllaxis and Maggie should both roll persuasion and take the higher.
Ooh,
Yes, darling.
okay.
With these two lovely ladies.
Ooh, I'm gonna re-roll that. I'm gonna use an insp.
Ooh,
That was a nat one.
now I'm nervous. I'm
That's
real
not
nervous.
much better.
Oh
That's not
Do you
much
want
better.
one more?
my god.
Yeah.
Did you roll poo-poo garbage?
I rolled
He
a
rolled a
2.
one.
One more.
Are you rolling on the
One
dice that I was rolling on? Stop that. Everyone stop
No.
rolling bad.
Hold on, I'm
Uh,
eating this one too.
Yeah, bean dye is in the middle of the table, if anyone wants to use
Everyone stop it.
it. I have an
Okay,
inspiration up for
Over
grabs.
here, I used 2 inspirations to get it, but I got a nat 20.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
I'm gonna say that I can't top that, so we'll just.
Sure,
you
that
have any-
I helped her and gave her advantage.
There
so,
you go.
that
That's
to
fine.
account for all of the free rolls.
You're hard
Does
passing on
Yllaxis have
rolling
any
dice.
left?
I have
Inspiration.
I used one of my inspirations, and Matt gave me one. I have
Yeah.
total 1 remaining.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I have none
Javier
remaining.
takes a big sigh. He says, "I believe." He says, "I'm sorry. There are family matters that I must attend to, but I assure you, Bennett, the Queen's Duel will be all according to tradition. All loose ends will be tied. Every implement and proposed spell shall be inspected. We can meet, in fact, tomorrow morning, and we'll get at 8 a.m. and we'll go right on all this. Is that agreed, Maggie and Miss Tyra and Yllaxis?"
I look at Tyra to see what her thoughts
Tyra
are.
shrugs and nods.
I believe that will be, if that is what is best for you. I certainly understand having family matters to take care of. since that's why I'm here. Very specifically, why I'm
It's
here.
just a gigantic family matter.
Yes,
Yes.
it got
He says,
quite
"All right."
blown up.
He says, and then you can look out the window and you can see some of those police spiders flashing their lights as they go by. And Javier says, I believe I'm going to close up the office for the day. You guys can return to your lodgings. Me and Jerome are going to work on some stuff. I'm going to go deal with my brother, and we'll get right back together. If you have any other comments, you can leave them in the mailbox.
Indeed. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope that you feel better. Yllaxis, say something to the very nice
To the nice man.
Yes. Take care, and I'm sure things will clear up. I was only half paying attention. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Do
yeah,
we want to
no,
call it here?
Yes.
Because we're kind of saying goodnight, and I have a feeling much more chaos will happen. Is that okay,
Yes.
Charles?
That sounds good to me.
All right,
I'm going to
wonderful.
call it 6:15 p.m.
Perfect. For the sake of recording, we're going to finish it up here, but I am going to throw a raid over to someone else. Can you all, for the sake of recording, only say bye?
Bye.
Bye.